Watch me crank that soldier boy, the Superman at home. Ooh, crank that soldier boy, crank that soldier boy. Ooh, crank that soldier boy. Soldier boy off in his hole. Watch me lean and watch me rock. Superman at home. Oh, watch me crank that RoboCop. Super fresh, now watch me chop, choking on them haters, man. When I do that soldier boy, I lean to the left, I crank that thing. Soldier boy off in his hole. Watch me lean and watch me rock. Watch me crank that soldier boy, the Superman at home. Woo, crank that soldier boy. Woo, crank that soldier boy. I'm joking on your bitch ass, and if we get the fighting, then I'm cocking on your bitch ass. You catch me at your local party. Yes, I crank it every day. Haters getting mad 'cause I got me some baby names. I'm bouncing on my toe. Watch me super soak that hole. I'm gonna pass it to baby. Then he's gonna crank it up for sure. Haters wanna be me. Soldier boy, I'm the man. Baby looking at my neck, saying it's the rubber band, man. Soldier boy off in his hole. Watch me crank it, watch me roll. Watch me crank that soldier boy, then Superman at home. Yo, crank that soldier boy. Yo, crank that soldier boy. Yo, crank that soldier boy. Watch me do it, watch me do it. Dance, dance, let's get to it, let's get to it. No, you can't do it like me. Yo, so don't do it like me. Fuck, I see you trying to do it like me. Man, that shit was ugly. No, you can't do it like me. Yo, so don't do it like me. Fuck, I see you trying to do it like me. Man, that shit was ugly. Soldier boy out in his hole. Watch me crank it, watch me roll. Watch me crank that soldier boy, then Superman in that hole. Crank that soldier boy. Yo, crank that soldier boy. Yo, crank that soldier boy. Yo, crank that soldier boy. Crank that soldier boy. Crank that soldier boy.
My bitch is bad and bougie, cooking up dope with a Uzi. My niggas is savage, ruthless. We got 30s and 100 rounds to do. All set, whoa. Records on records, got backers on backers. I'm riding around in a coupe. I take your bitch right from you. Bitch, I'm a dog. Beat that whole walls. Hop in the frog. I tell that bitch don't come for me, come for me. Ooh. Raindrop, drop, drop top, drop top. Smoking on cookie in the hot box. Fucking on your bitch, she a thot thot. Cooking up dope in the crock pot. Ooh, ooh. I swear these niggas is under me. They hating the devil, keep jumping me. Bankrolls on me, keep me company. Hey, we do the most. Pull up and ghost, yeah. My diamonds a choke. Holding the fire with no holster. Rick the ruler, diamonds cooler. We came from nothing to something. I don't trust nobody, grip the trigger. We'll call up the gang and they come and get you. Cry me a real, we'll give you a tissue. Oh, it's a rolling, not a mule. Tapping on them like the usual. Magic with the break the voodoo. Courtside with a bad bitch. My bitch is bad and bougie. Cooking a dope with a boozy. Woo. My niggas is savage, ruthless. Ooh. We got 30s and 100 rounds to do. And I send the bitch through Uber. I'm young and rich and plus I'm bougie. I'm not stupid, so I keep the bougie. Records on records, got backers on backers. So my money making my blanket. You niggas got a low act rate. We from the north, yeah, that way. That cookie blood in the ashtray. Two bitches just national smash day. Hop in the lamb, have a drag race. I let them birds take a bath, babe. Raindrop, drop, drop top, drop top. Smoking on cookie in the hot box. Fucking on your bitch, she a thot thot. Cooking up dope in the crock pot. Ooh, ooh. Porn phone dropping my outer space, keep cutting. Introduce me to your bitch ass wifey, and we know she slut. Could break down naughty body, now that nigga ducking. Ooh, don't move too fast, I might shoot you. Draco bad and bougie, I'm always hanging with shooters. Might be posted somewhere secluded, private. My bitch is bad and bougie. Cooking up dope with a boozy. Ooh, my niggas is savage, ruthless. Ooh, we got 30s and 100 rounds to do. Still be playing with pots and pans. Call me Quavo attitude. Run with that sack, call me booby. When I'm on stage, show me boobies. Ice on my neck, I'm the coolest. Ooh. Still be playing with pots and pans. Call me Quavo attitude. Run with that sack, call me booby. When I'm on stage, show me boobies. Ice on my neck, I'm the coolest. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, that way. Float on the track like a Segway. Yeah, that way. I used to trap on the subway. Yeah, that way. Young nigga trap with the AK. Yeah, that way. Big dyke hard, get it on, make see back. My bitch is bad and bougie. Cooking up dope with a boozy. Ooh, my niggas is savage, ruthless. Ooh, we got 30s and 100 rounds to do. Raindrop, drop, drop, top, drop, top. Smoking on cookie in the hot box. Fucking on your bitch, she a thot thot. Cooking up dope in the crock pot. Ooh, ooh, we came from nothing to something. I don't trust nobody, grip the trigger. Ooh, call up the gang and they come and get you. Call me a river, give you a tissue. Ooh, God next up. God next up, ooh, God next up, God next up, ooh. You know, young rich niggas, you know, so we never really had no old money. We got a whole lot of new money though.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. This show ain't gonna be the typical 3-hour show because I forgot to charge my damn device, so it's only on like 60-some%. And so I'm just gonna run with it, and whatever I get through, I get through. What I don't. Y'all see that's found evil. I got the message anyway. Now, what I wasn't expecting to see when I went over there on the, that's why she asked me, did I see the pictures? Boy, how did you find this shit? Like, it didn't look like some off-brand websites. It looked like some off-brand. That's Diva. Y'all go check out the community wall on that channel right now. She on the, it make it easy for her. I don't know. You have to be a mod. That's her channel. She on the backup channel. Well, not the backup. She on Pretty Good. So we're gonna do some news stories. Tiffany has made it twice, and especially with the outburst she did yesterday. But if I don't get to that one, we'll cover it at some point tomorrow. But tomorrow, Lil Woody is supposed to be back on the stand, so I think I'm gonna start off with that this morning. Shout out to everyone that watched my baby at the hospital and well wishes and things. Shout out to everybody that did that. Now they stayed. I'm the worst parent in the world. Yada 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 yada. So on and so forth. But my 5-year-old kept an audience for 2 damn hours, and I knew what she was saying. It wasn't no what she say. But I don't like to brag on myself, but I'm just saying she did better than a lot of you adults that got YouTube channels. 2 hours. Just talking shit, being ourselves. But all right, this first here news story, which I find very, very strange. How is this the right one? Wait a minute, let me make sure. No, that ain't the right one, but it's one of the, it's, never mind, we'll get to it. But actually, I want to read y'all the title. This title here says, a worker dead at Wells Fargo desk for 4 days. Somebody didn't do their job. Somebody in maintenance to clean up crew or something didn't do their job. This nigga was dead, stinking for 4 days. We're not going to start off with this story, though, but that's one of the just I'm bringing to you. This first one is payments abruptly stop for pregnant surrogates in alleged escrow scheme involving Houston company. So women that agreed to carry a baby for money for somebody, they checks just stopped. They got this baby inside of them and they stopped paying. Which one did you hear about? The Wells Fargo nigga at the desk? That's crazy. But it was one of the, okay, it was one of the bills they barely work in. That definitely, I get clickbaited a lot. Shit, the titles make me be like, oh, I'm gonna go back to this. I ain't watched none of these stories. I just saw the title, was like, let me see what they talking about. But this shit crazy. Diva, wait for it. Diva, where the fuck did you find them pictures at? Hey, them some wrinkled, there was some backpage.com pages, wasn't it? There was some escort, I don't know. Escort, walker, crawler, something. Them wasn't no normal goddamn, like that wasn't Tinder. That wasn't Pornhub. That wasn't OnlyFans. That wasn't Fansly. That wasn't Cambro. I don't know what the fuck that was. And then even on the, you first of all, you stupid for how you put the the emojis with the lightly dusted shit. Cause the one that you told me to specifically look for with the white stuff on her stomach, like did you dust her titties out or them just non-existent? When she sit up, it looked like her titties is long. So you would think that when she laying down, the gravity would push them just back up to her neck and the chin. But then it ain't look like nothing was there. She looked flat-chested and she looked like she was enjoying the sprinklings that had rained down on her. That was manna from heaven that was on her stomach. How the fuck did you find this shit? I hate you too. You made me go look at this shit. You go look at one of your comments on there. I said, what in the first Sunday high heels is this? She had on the Easter Sunday heels with the sexy pose. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, she got implants. Okay, that explains it all. I was like, there ain't no titty right there. Wait a minute. You lying. So she got shit, but I don't know shit. I don't care if she like me or not. So wait, she got, how you got sagging implants? So wait a minute. Her titties is fake and they sagging? I thought part of not getting part of implants because they don't move. They just stay there. How do they, it's silicone. I'm mentally ill. You the one posting them. I ain't know all this shit. I did not know all of this shit. Each of us, I should see the videos. Oh, I ain't trying. Like I might catch an STD watching them damn videos. I'm good. But I would hate to ever beef with you. Drags, giggles, and gags with Diva Tomboys. I don't know where I went over there. She got a lot of pictures too, a lot of them, just a lot of them. None of them, ain't none of them pictures masturbatable. Well, for me, I'm a guy. I couldn't jack off to none of them pictures. I couldn't. Even them edited, the unedited ones, I couldn't jack off to them neither. I couldn't. Oh, definitely. There's a lot of people, but in the combined sectors, there's a lot of misunderstood fans over yonder. She had a couple of people in my clique that was mesmerized by the myth titties about 2 years ago. I was like, y'all suck them, myth gonna come out. You don't want them titties. I saw you said you was retiring. Well, just make the production and send it to someone else. Hey, Kiki. Thanks for the cash app earlier, too, by the way. We're doing shocking and strange news stories that may be new to you, but I had a content creator, Drag Giggles and Gags. She had uploaded some funny shit on her community wall earlier. Man, who the fuck pissed Jad off? I caught that live. That nigga, it was some boy. That nigga came through with the semi clearing the block.
Families plan to join a lawsuit against it.
And then wouldn't nobody give me no briefing in the live. I was in the live asking for a briefing. Didn't nobody want to say nothing. Me and First Lady was lost.
Houston-based surrogacy escrow management company accused of defrauding it.
Okay, wait, let me read the title again because I had went off. Payments abruptly stopped for pregnant surrogate in alleged escrow scheme involving Houston company.
First, and only on 2 tonight, more families plan to join a lawsuit against a Houston-based surrogacy escrow management company accused of defrauding intended parents out of millions of dollars. Thank you for joining us now at 10 o'clock. I'm Keith Garden.
And I'm Andy Sirota. Daniela is on assignment. KPRC2's Bryce Newberry is leading the coverage on this story. And now, for the first time, he's talking to a surrogate mother weeks into her pregnancy who suddenly stopped getting paid.
This is Christina Jones' baby bump at 17 weeks.
Everything's great. Morning sickness.
He was moving through topics, but it was somebody in particular he was talking to because it's almost like he kept reverting back. Even the part about playing in the face and you ain't no different. And then the God sent you. He was talking about one person in specific. He was running through a whole thing, but according to this is just my outlook on it. I could be wrong. It's like he kept reverting back to one particular person. It wasn't a group. It's like because I remember I heard him say Dingleberry and finally came out and said she's a bitch. Diva, it depends on, we got to see how far along he was, but that's where she went to. Now, hopefully Jed doesn't take the bait because he has to understand he wasn't a bitch when she was going through this restraining order stuff and all that. Then she gets online and say, I believe the harassment stuff is going to stop. And now she's calling him out his name, trying to get him out of his body so that she could try to do the same thing again. These people, I don't know how smart they think they are, but the shit they doing is very, very, very elementary. It is. Me personally, I just call you a bitch back. Or get my cousin to whoop your ass if I stayed and dodge you, but what am I supposed to do with that? But what am I supposed to do? Remember, this the same woman that was crying because he called her a weak ass. He said, fuck her and call her a weak ass. And she cried and did a live and did more crying. But that's why I be saying these women on here will disrespect the fuck out of somebody, and then when they say something back, it's always you a man. But you knew I was a man when you did the shit that you did. He was a man when you called him a bitch. So if he go live and call you all types of dick sucking bitches, you can't be mad. These people be crazy out here. Yes, pretty much. Well, yeah, all of them are doing that. They do their other shit. it doesn't fulfill them. And so they go back to square one. The thing that brought them the most money, the most views, talking about him. It's a catch-22. That's what they did to get their money, but then people get burned out. You can only do the same thing so long before people be like, God damn, bruh. Do you really hate this nigga? See, but he operates different from me, and his thing is to be in the know on everything that's going on, friend to foe, especially foes. I understand people do, but I can't listen to nobody talk shit about me. So when I'm actively in a beef with somebody, I'm not listening to shit they gotta say. If you hear their voice, it's some old shit they said. I'm not listening to them in real time, because 9 times out of 10, that's what they want. They want a back and forth. You say something so I can go live every day, and every time you respond, I got content to go back at. Don't nobody got time for this shit. So me personally, I got a lot of people on here that don't like me. I don't know what they be saying, and it's that way on purpose because I don't watch. And the people that are around me that watch, I be telling them, don't tell me. Then if they keep telling me, they get cussed out. Most of the time, the cussing out works, but sometimes I've had to block some people because they wouldn't stop telling me what the fuck the opposite was saying. To the point where I'm like, man, the fuck, if you offended, you go live and say something. Why the fuck you want me to go live? It bothers you because you over there watching. And then I always ask them, well, if you don't like that person, they're despicable, they're hideous, abhorrent, and all this other shit, why are you over there watching every day? How the fuck do you know what they got to say bad about me if you're not over there watching? And nobody ever really has a logical answer for it. They have answers, but none of them make sense. But that's just me. That's how I operate. And I didn't get there overnight. I had to train myself to not give a fuck what these people say.
Is getting a little better.
The surrogate mother is due on Christmas Eve.
It's something that's been.
First and only on 2 tonight, more families plan to join a lawsuit against a Houston-based surrogacy escrow management company accused of defrauding intended parents out of millions of dollars. Thank you for joining us now at 10 o'clock. I'm Keith Garland.
And I'm Andy Sirota. Daniela is on assignment. KPRC2's Bryce Newberry.
She definitely got skeletons, Kiki, because remember when he said she had 48 hours and people need to know who you are. That's when she was freedom fighters. Help me. He said he gonna do this and he gonna do that. She got skeletons. Everybody does. Everybody does. There's no person with no skeletons, but the time between the skeletons and if you actually give a fuck what people think about you are huge, huge factors. But I don't be having nothing. That woman, see, I told y'all, they struck my images in hopes I was going to come out of here and get bent out of shape. But no, what I did was I introspected and I self-reflected. I was like, I did put her picture up. I was like, I knew I was going to get the strikes going, and I knew I put her picture up. So I just chopped it up. That was me like, just leave it a bit slow. That was me saying it to myself. I did. But I covered the story, and that still didn't start. Remember when I covered the story, I covered the story, and then I had mentioned that I got a privacy complaint on said lives of the restraining order hearing. I ain't know who did it. I just said, I got to guess. And remember, the guilty party came under my post and wrote a thesis. Then the guilty party, for some reason, I couldn't respond. I could still see it, couldn't respond. But then after I went to after she wrote her thesis, she went to her channel and started talking about the shit, talking about what I don't have a leg to stand on, yada, yada, yada. And she proceeded to send more privacy complaints. As I pointed out, she won one, which I still can appeal. They just told me to work 2 weeks. She got one where they took the video down, which was the first one. She wasn't even in that first one. Y'all remember the first one was when the shit first got started, and then we had to take a pause because Jed Lloyd was on the way and shit. So she wasn't even in the first one, yet she struck that video. or privacy complaint. She didn't do it. But yeah, and she did it 4 times. So I got 4 videos between the 2 channels. Only one got taken down. I didn't have to appeal. I had to appeal the first one. I just typed some little basic shit in because I was actually shocked to go through. But then afterwards, I realized, hold the fuck up. She can't. These are public motherfucking figures. I don't know if she realized this, but her being on YouTube makes her a public figure. She doesn't get to hide behind her legal name because none of the people that have nicknames get to hide behind them. Jay-Z can't say somebody doxed him for calling him Sean Carter. You just can't. Everybody knows T.I. name is Clifford Harris. He can't say, hey, you doxing me because you're not calling me T.I. No, that's not it. And then if you put your name in, if you try to be private, you put your name on public documents, you don't have privacy anymore. That's why they're public documents. That's why the newspaper can find out anybody that's been locked up. And it was actually papers in city. I know in Memphis it was called Just Busted. I don't know what it was called everywhere else, but there used to be newspapers out where they just would simply go in and Freedom of Information Act everybody that had been locked up the past week, and they would post their mugshots in the newspaper. Now, at first, they did run into some legal issues at first, and then they just had to put in fine print all these charges are not an admission of guilt, doesn't mean they're guilty, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. But they were able to do it and they got away with it because it's free, it's public record. They can't hide it. So if you decide to put your name on a restraining order, trying to get a restraining order against somebody, you can't hide behind it and say, they saying my name. Ma'am, you shouldn't have done it. You could have put Burgundy Blue Commentary on the paperwork, but they would have been like, that's not your name. So that's what I said. As you see, you struck for, put in privacy complaints on 4 of them. 3 of them didn't move. Now, all this is going to do is piss them off because I'm talking about it and make them try even harder. But I told them I've already written out an excellent appeal that I guarantee is going to get my videos back, including the first one, because they're trampling on my journalistic integrity. I just tell y'all what I see. No, we're actually not going back and forth. We're not. She's trying to do shit. She's doing little shit to make me get back on her, but I already know what it is. I'm just addressing the little slick shit they did the other day and pointing out to them in my appeal. What I get to say is this was an appeal on 6 public figures. Jed is a public figure, he's a national advocate. Chief Lacey, public figure because he's the chief of police. Michael Smith, ex-trustee, currently running for one public figure. Michelle Staples, CIA, Internal Affairs, Dalton Police, that counts. Andrew Holm, trustee, national advocate. And Dingleberry Commentary, Lolita, that's a public figure. She's a public figure. She's done interviews with the Langston Journal saying her name. She doesn't get to hide behind, you're violating my privacy. Sorry. You can try it. A good try. I'm just waiting to do my appeal. But if they do work, I got both of the videos because I did it in StreamYard. Just downloaded them. And now I got it to where I put it together in just one video. So in case the shit come down, I can upload it out. All right, but that's the type of shit they still doing because they bored. Niggas have moved on and they still talking about dogs. I don't know why they still talking about that. I mean, I understand why they're talking about it. I just don't understand why they can't talk about it. I won't even say they because apparently the nigga in OKC has been talking about Big Brother. He has talked about something else from my understanding. But god damn. It ain't nothing else y'all want to talk about. It ain't nothing. Y'all want to talk about the northern lights that was in the background while the volcano was erupting the other day. Y'all don't want to talk about the election coming up. Y'all don't want to talk about the debate that's coming up. Nothing. Just dogs. All right. Back to this pregnant woman who ain't getting paid. I'm
Is
sorry.
leading the coverage on this story. And now, for the first time, he's talking to a surrogate mother weeks into her pregnancy who suddenly stopped getting paid.
This is Christina Jones' baby bump at 17 weeks.
Everything's great. Morning sickness is getting a little better.
The surrogate mother is due on Christmas Eve.
It's something that's been on my heart for so long, and it's just such a blessing.
Kiki, I don't think I'd never cussed you out. I don't care what y'all do in the chat. I'm talking about people, when people be hitting me up personally, that's where I don't like it. Well, I won't say I don't like it, and then I know it's new people coming in all the time. So I have to tell new people all the time, and they be like, hey, listen to this. I'm like, I don't watch dude, we beef. I don't. I do not want to hear him talk, because I'm a human. I can control my emotions, but I'm a human. Sometimes I get bothered by shit. And sometimes I can't control it, but for the most part, I'm in control of it. But again, I'm human, and so I don't even want to tempt my humanity by listening to some niggas talk shit about me, because I know what this is gonna make me want to do. Yeah, I be on both channels. Every time I go live, I be on 2 channels, baby. Yep, I'm on the main channel. You on Pettigo, but yeah, I'm on the main channel too. I keep saying main channel. I'm on MoneyBoy Trade and Pettigo.
From her home in Rosedale, Indiana, helping a family grow more than 2,000 miles away in Bellingham, Washington.
I think this will complete our family.
Ariel Mitten is an intended parent. She had more than $38,000 in an account with Surrogacy Escrow Account Management, or SEAM, a Houston company owned by Dominique Side. That money should be paying Doan, but a month after detecting the baby's heartbeat.
Yeah, the channel you own is the quiet room. That's where people be going. They say my main, I keep saying main channel. They say MoneyBoy Trade is ratchet, and so this is kind of like the bougie VIP lounge, Pettigo.
We got the dreaded email that all accounts were frozen. I was just shocked.
The payment didn't come through.
My biggest worry was making sure that she's okay and she's growing, and I'm not stressing, because stress isn't good when you're pregnant.
SEAM suddenly shut down. Court records allege Side diverted more than...
So Diva, when are you and Diva gonna do a stream? That would be epic. You would not Lady Snoop. When you and Lady Snoop gonna do a stream? I said clap Diva, because you shared her damn video earlier. Diva Tomboy's class, same shit. When y'all gonna do the stream though? That would be epic.
$10 million in escrow funds to wrongfully enrich herself and her business partners.
That's mine. That's mine.
$2 million financed her music career. A racy rap R&B performer known as Dom. Court records show $6 million more allegedly went into her music studio.
This is supposed to be safe and secure. Why would we ever think that our money would be moved into a hip hop artist's account for them to just go and live a lavish lifestyle?
What would your message to Dominique be?
I would like to know how she sleeps at night and how she eats her dinner every day. And
I gotta skip this shit back, because I still want to know how far along this woman is, because I'm like, y'all, if the check stopped in time where I could get an abortion, I just wouldn't be having the child. That's what I'm saying. Y'all should do that. That would be, it would be unexpected. So y'all would definitely cut up with that. But it would be unexpected. And y'all got history. Y'all have moved past it. It would be good. It would be a good look.
this is getting a little better.
The surrogate mother is due on Christmas Eve.
It's something that's been on my heart for so long. And
Melissa, why you couldn't just tell us the month, bro? Why you couldn't just say 4 months in a week? I hate when women do that. Because it's only women that do it. Men don't be running around talking about, yeah, man, my girl's 32 weeks pregnant. Yeah, 28 weeks pregnant. No, we don't. We say months. I just said, dude, in my head right quick. Wait a minute. Weeks. 16. There's 4. What's 4 weeks? 4 months in a week? Yeah, she passed the abortion. And that's what Trump was saying. She in one of them states where he's saying they can kill the baby at birth. But yeah, she was too far along. Damn, that's how they baited them in. Oh, you heard in the video? Okay, I didn't hear it at all. but they baited her in. They gave her half. They paid her for half the pregnancy. They knew that she wasn't there. That's fucked up. They knew chances are when she got to 4 months, she wouldn't be able to get an abortion if they ain't pay no more.
And it's just such a blessing.
From her home in Rosedale, Indiana, helping a family grow more than 2,000 miles away in Bellingham, Washington.
Like, I think this will complete our family.
Ariel Mitten is an intended parent. She had more than $38,000 in an account with Surrogacy Escrow Account Management, or SEAM, a Houston company owned by Dominique Side. That money should be paying Doan, but a month after detecting the baby's heartbeat,
We got the dreaded.
So Dominique, on initial, the picture they first showed, she looked like a psychologist or something, an educator. And then the next thing they're gonna show her twerking as an R&B singer rapper. Oh, you got finesse, ma'am. You got finesse, but that's fucked up. You got him 38,000 to give you a baby. Didn't I just say the other day that is a hustle in the United States? Not even just the surrogacy, but women are getting pregnant. They're going to adoption agencies that are charging people for this child. And they be spending 50, 60, 70, up to 100,000. It's this one woman, I can't think of her name. When I think of her, I've talked about her before. I ain't gonna lie, she's fine as a motherfucker. She got a big following, but she's had at least 4 adoptions and sold them babies every single time. And she don't make no qualms about it. In fact, she got her fake titties with the first one, and then she just kept doing it. No, it's not illegal at all. Adoption agencies do it legal. They do it. The people that are doing the surrogacies now, most of the time, they just skipping the middleman. Remember, Michael Jackson had his kids through a surrogate. He ain't fucked them women.
The dreaded email that all accounts were frozen. I was just shocked.
the payment didn't come through.
My biggest worry was making sure that she's okay and she's growing, and I'm not stressing, because stress isn't good when you're pregnant.
SEAM suddenly shut down. Court records allege Side diverted more than $10 million in escrow funds to wrongfully enrich herself and her business partners.
That's mine. That's mine.
$2 million financed her music career. A racy rap R&B performer known as Dom, court records show. $6 million more allegedly went into her music studio.
This is supposed to be safe and secure.
That bitch got a $6 million studio. Damn, she has. Just think about this. A $6 million studio is what the big time record labels are using. That's the type of studios they have. Damn. Now, she better be making some money off the studio. Hopefully the studio just wasn't for her rap career. Hopefully she's recording other people and recouping the money. And studios are definitely that expensive with the speakers, the boards, the soundproofing, the microphones, the stands. That shit it's that expensive. If you want the professional one, and clearly she got a professional one, 6.2. But if we compare her with Tiffany, at least she got some tangible shit like a music studio she can make money off of. What does Tiffany have? With all the money she done stole. What is she doing with the money?
Why would we ever think that our money would be moved into a hip hop artist's account for them to just go and live a lavish lifestyle?
What would your message to Dominique?
First lady, we just doing shocking and strange news stories that may be new to you. And this first one was this woman who was a pregnant surrogate. She had spent $38,000. This is pregnant. I even got it confused because some woman had $38,000 invested. She got gypped. But there's also this woman who was pregnant and was getting payments because, she was going to sell the baby to the woman that needed it. She got hooked up to this little nigga adoption agency, and the check stopped coming. The check stopped coming when she got 4 months and 1 week pregnant. She was 4 months where she couldn't get an abortion, then the checks just stopped. And now she got this baby they ain't paying her, and it's just ugly.
I would like to know how she sleeps at night and how she eats her dinner every day, and she won't even show her face.
These photos on a Pinterest page are what's left.
Oh yes, Grayson is fine. That's how we ended the video. We were being discharged. They chalked it up to indigestion / what do you call it? Acid reflux. Yeah, she's fine. She came straight home, ate, got in the tub, went to sleep.
Besides public-facing social media accounts, the rest vanished after the alleged scheme surfaced. She skipped a hearing in a lawsuit this week and hasn't responded to our repeated requests for comment. What's your thought about how this ends?
I am not sure that we're ever going to see this money.
But that won't stop Doan from giving birth in just months, now on a private pay plan with Mitten.
Okay, so the woman, okay, I got it. So the woman that's pregnant now was receiving money through Side's business. And there was this other woman who invested $38,000 in Side's company to get a baby. So the woman who is actually paying for a baby, she was sending the money, but Dominique started stealing it. She stopped sending it. And so the woman who's been paying, who spent $38,000, she like, what the fuck? And the woman that's pregnant is like, well, damn, I ain't got no money. But she can't, she's real, she got to be mad at the middleman in this situation. She is mad at the middleman because the other woman has actually been doing her job, sending the money. So she's fucked over at least 2 people. The woman carrying the baby and the woman that's been spending the money for the baby.
Determined to
That shit was all over my porch first. Like the Lucky Charm juice was all I had to wash this shit off this evening. It's the most nasty shit ever. I forgot she did eat she ate a lot of shit. She never said her stomach was hurting. They did eat a lot of shit today though. She did eat a lot. And I'm just thinking about it, but she never said her stomach hurt.
deliver a healthy baby and see her in her mother's arms.
Even though this is a huge storm cloud, we're just going to push it away, make a rainbow, and make our own sunshine out of this because I'm not letting this woman win.
In Harris County, so far, 2 different lawsuits have been filed against Seam on behalf of 24 families from around the United States, as well as in Italy and France. But according to court records, hundreds of families worldwide have been defrauded by this Houston company. The FBI continues seeking information from anyone impacted. I'm Bryce Newberry, KPRC 2 News.
Next story. Woman charged with killing Dallas store clerk because she wanted to steal a bottle of water. What? She get caught stealing a bottle of water and she killed them. Yes, she scammed 100 people worldwide with this thing. This what, but I said it the other day. It's big business. In order for her to scam hundreds of people, it had to be at least 100 people willing to pay for kids, and had to be 100 women willing to say, I carry it for you. I have it for you.
Family is mourning the loss of a husband and father of 3 children who was shot during an armed robbery of a convenience store near the Dallas Zoo. Police say the shooter was a 29-year-old woman. Fox News' Lori Brown live in Dallas. Lori.
Lori is an employee at the Chevron gas station, got tears in her eyes when I asked about Eniath Saeed. She told me that he had worked there for 6 years.
Dallas police say Eniath Saeed was 52 years old. In a GoFundMe post written while he was still alive, his son wrote, "My father was the sole earner in my family, which includes my mom and my 2 younger siblings who are 5 and 13 years old. My family is facing extreme financial challenges now and are in desperate need of help." A customer of the Chevron Deli Mart on South Marcellus Avenue was saddened to learn that Saeed did not survive.
He's a very good guy. He was all about his job. He was very serious about his job. There was no really complaints about him. He looked out for everybody if you needed help.
The Dallas Police Department charged 29-year-old Aaliyah Horn with capital murder. DPD says they got the call about the shooting at around 5:45 a.m. July 8th. According to the arrest affidavit, surveillance video shows the shooter placing a water bottle on the counter in front of the cashier, Saeed. There's an argument. The shooter draws a handgun, aims it, and fires a shot into Saeed's neck. The affidavit says Horn then grabs her water bottle and leaves the store on foot. That's when another employee followed the shooter southbound on Interstate 35 to 12th Street. Arresting officers arrived and began searching. The affidavit says an officer observed a bamboo tree fall and looked in the direction of the trees when he saw Horn matching the description. She then decided to run from the arresting officers, but they could still hear rustling in the tree line. They saw her exiting a backyard fence and placed her in custody. Officers found a black 9mm handgun on top of a fence post. It was loaded with a round in the chamber and 10 rounds in the magazine. Turns out Horn was already wanted for a shooting 3 days earlier on July 5th. The affidavit.
Damn, she just ran here shooting motherfuckers. Give her the chair. She shot somebody 3 days before. They couldn't find her, and then she ended up stealing a water bottle and killing somebody else. But she was wanted already for shooting 3 days prior. What the fuck?
But they could still hear rustling in the tree line. They saw her exiting a backyard fence and placed her in custody. Officers found a black 9mm handgun on top of a fence post. It was loaded with a round in the chamber and 10 rounds in the magazine. Turns out Horn was already wanted for a shooting 3 days earlier on July 5th. The affidavit from that case says she knocked on the door of a home on Alameda Drive. Suspect Horn pointed a handgun at the face of complainant and pulled the trigger. The firearm jammed and did not fire. She then tried again. This time the weapon fired and complainant was struck in the right arm near the elbow. Victim survived and told police Horn dropped possible drugs on the ground. Police recovered K2 synthetic marijuana from the scene. It is unclear from the affidavits what steps police took to find Horn before Saeed was killed.
Clearly, they didn't do shit. They just put the warrant out for her, but they weren't actively looking for her.
Somebody that was innocent that died for a non-cause, you know.
I just want to point out, this is a meth head looking white lady. Good job, news. Good job for y'all showing y'all own people fucked up out here. Y'all gave the worst white person ever this interview. Good job. I ain't even mad. It's just called diversity.
Yeah, he was just doing his job.
Yeah.
Horn's criminal record includes a conviction for family violence assault, as well as drug possession and driving under the influence. Her bond is set at $1 million.
Lori, thank you.
Damn.
And welcome back to the fact.
$1 million bond? Well, yeah, she had shot a lot of people. She ain't get on nowhere. Ain't nobody got 100,000 for her. Money laundering scheme uncovered in Harris County Jail.
Uncensored. Harris County District Attorney Kim Ogg says her office seized an inmate's commissary account that had more than, get this, $30,000 in it, which has never happened in the history of the DA's office. She says evidence showed
$30,000 in his commissary, that's all. But I guess if it's never happened there, it would stand out. Like, why this nigga, how he got so much money on his books? But that's a fairly small amount in the grand scheme of things. But this is in Texas. How the fuck small? How small is Harris County? All the drug dealers and shit down there, because it's near the border, they've never had an inmate with $30,000 on their books.
35-year-old inmate Joshua Owens received the funds through drug dealing inside and possibly outside the Harris County Jail. She stopped by Fox 26 today to tell us about the ongoing investigation and how it's possibly linked to a long list of fentanyl deaths in the Harris County Jail. So District Attorney Ogg.
First lady, this shit high. The ramen noodles are high, the chips are high, the honey buns are high. They got to buy soap, toilet paper, Cause well, I've never, like I said, I've never done more than 14 hours in jail. When they give you that shit, I think when you first get there, they give you toothpaste, toilet paper, toothbrush, and all that. But after that, you have to buy it. This is why I be motherfuckers like you have to buy that shit, and it's expensive. T-shirts cost, socks, drawers. They don't provide. They give you a few of them. I don't know the exact amount, but man, let's just say they give you 3 changes of underwear, 3 pairs of socks, 3 T-shirts. That's it. You doing 20 years, then the T-shirts ain't gonna last like that. You gotta buy them, and it costs. So you gotta get you a job, which is just crazy. So I'm guessing if you ain't got it, you just ain't got it. So they ain't got no freebies. They don't have a lost in family. But yeah, jail is expensive. Hell, you need money like that to even be able to make phone calls out to motherfuckers. Folk gotta have money on the phone. Everything in that bitch costs. Some Jordans in 97, I'm like, my brother had the nigga do that shit, but I ain't think about it. I just was fucking with my brother, so I'm like, fuck it. But yeah, I've sent some Jordans to the jailhouse before. I still didn't understand. I didn't understand. I didn't know you could wear shit like that in jail. I thought everybody had on blues and Crocs now. Back then they had the little brown G, the orange and brown, either orange or brown little Jesus symbols, the open-toe jeans.
You took a look at what was going on in the Harris County Jail. Were you surprised, especially with an inmate having a commissary account with $30,000 in it?
You know, Isaiah, we've known that drugs have been being smuggled into the jail and sold by inmates inside the jail. They do that with the help of both detention officers at times and third parties outside the jail. The commissary in this case was used by Owens to launder drug sale money. So sells drugs in the jail, third party has his friend pay the seller's friend deposits it right back into the commissary. I've never seen a commissary with a balance of $30,000 or close to $30,000, especially because the most expensive item at the commissary is just a couple of bucks.
Was that the red flag that got your attention as a prosecutor in this, that this account had $30,000 in it?
The fentanyl deaths in the jail got our attention, and that's what we're trying to stop. When we learned it was tied to drug smuggling and rampant drug use within the jail, we started working with the Harris County Sheriff's Department investigators to ferret out who the drug dealers inside the jail were. When this defendant's name came up and his commissary was looked at.
And that's Joshua Owens.
That's Joshua Owens. Okay. It did draw our attention to it because it's such a high number. Never seen that kind of money in a commissary before.
Now, many people are thinking, how could drugs get into the jail? And obviously, you know, for years that's happened. But now,
it takes somebody from outside the jail, but nowadays they using drones. They dropping the shit off with drones. But you still got the inmates, as we heard the story the other day, motherfuckers cutting out books and still guards and shit willing to bring that shit in. It's lucrative to them as well. I guess the people in jail would be making more money in theory, because they're marking the prices up 5-10%. Well, not 5-10%, 5 to 10 times higher than what it normally is. I don't know, why is it stalling? Yeah, they doing all type. They doing all types of shit, getting stuff in jail. All types of shit. Truth, have you ever sent some Jordans to the jailhouse? Me and First Lady Brown have. You came off mute, but we ain't heard nothing.
Have I ever done what?
Sent some Jordans to the jailhouse. I have. I sent my brother some Jordans. First Lady Brown. I don't know if she sent them, I don't know, but she said, see, First Lady said her baby daddy asked her to buy him some Jordans in '97 in jail. She was like, nigga, where you are? Oh, she said she never sent it. But I sent them to my brother. I did. I sent them some. I was asking myself though, like, nigga, is y'all hooping in there like that?
What you need
What do you need
Jordan
Jordan
in
for?
in jail?
I think I was 16, 17 when he asked me to do that shit. So I didn't really think about it. But when you look at the pictures of these niggas in jails now, they do be happy when they be, whatever the fuck they be doing, they be having their J's and shit on. They be fresh. They still had a uniform on, but their feet be fresh. They be having their little blues and shit starts.
The hell you need going on in jail for? Who you trying to impress the other inmates?
Maybe they had a basketball tournament going on. I don't know.
Whatever.
He wanted to be at his best.
No.
You can't be out there in the Converse All-Star. Jail don't provide shoes. You can't be in no shacks.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Nah, you can't get jiggy in those shacks, Truth. You cannot put up a triple-double in Shaq. Shaq didn't even put up a triple-double in his own shoes. He didn't make them shits until he retired.
Oh Lord.
No, I'm lying on Shaq. He did take the money from Reebok though. He took the money from Reebok, then he started, after the Reebok thing ended, he did create his own shoe. They just never showed them more facts. He left Reebok. They never zoomed in on Shaq's shoes ever again.
What's the story? What's your story about Trey? Didn't I tell you to tell me if you was going live? I didn't even know you was
I did
live.
tell you I was going live. I just pushed it back 3 times. I pulled a U. It was supposed to hit me in 9, but then I told you
Why
I'm
we
8,
can't
and I
keep
had
this on
seen
you? Why you always got to flip it?
I had moved it to 10, then to 10:15, then to 10:30, and I think I ended up going live at about 10:25. Well, I just said I pulled a U. It is on me. I just changed the time a whole bunch of times. Oh, you know what? I said it, but then we got off the phone abruptly. We have no update. Everything was fine. But she got the tub, no new updates. But I'm still monitoring the situation.
Okay, great.
Shit, I'm telling you, I think half of my face is gray now after today.
I specifically asked you, I said, Trey, what time you going live? You said, I don't know. So I didn't even know you were going live or not.
But see, that was before the baby emergency popped up. See, that was before. That just threw another wrench into the thing because I had it straight up set for 10. I knew I was gonna make that.
You know I don't scour the YouTube streets no more. I be actually watching movies.
She made half my face turn gray today. I need some Beijing. Just half of it. But yeah, this one is about a money laundering scheme uncovered in Harris County. Apparently, there was a inmate in there with $30,000 on his books, and they said they had never seen it before, so they started digging into it and found out he the man. He Pablo Escobar in that bitch.
Man, they have kingpins in jail, in prison. You mean to tell me they ain't never seen
Truth, that's what I said. I was like, y'all is by the border, so it ain't never been a nigga in there that had 30,000. I said, Harris County must be small as a motherfucker, but it's in Texas, but it got to be small. 30,000, especially with how shit costing that motherfucker, from toothpaste to toilet paper on down. Everything in that motherfucker costs after the free items they give you when you first get there.
We're talking about drug-laced papers.
Yes, it's not a sophisticated scheme, but it's somewhat new. Legal papers and regular white blank paper, like stationery, can be laced with drugs by spraying it. The spray is generally a Chinese chemical. They turn it into K2 or Kush, but fentanyl has also been found on these papers and can cause death. And of course, Kush can cause people to act all kinds of crazy ways. So it's a danger to the inmate.
K2 is not Kush, man. It's synthetic marijuana. Do not disrespect real weed like this. It is not Kush. Ain't no marijuana. Made motherfuckers go crazy.
It's a danger to the detention officers and the deputies who work in the jail. But the most offensive thing to the public.
Oh, you got to go to my community wall and click on that channel, Diva Share, and scroll down her community wall. It's that dig something. It's something.
I got to do
what? Is it
what?
called? Dig. Go to my community wall and find the post that I shared of Diva Tomboyish from Digs, Giggles, and Gags. And go to Gigs, whatever I just said, Gags. Click on that one and go down the community wall. She look at Misunderstood. I don't know where the fuck Diva found this shit at. She found some picture, boy. She found some pictures, true.
Okay, let me see.
My mouth, I fell out. That's what I started to show off with, talking about that shit. And then Diva popped up. I was like, where the hell you get these pictures from? Oh, it's a hot mess. It's just. I did not know this.
Like, is that this was an organized crime ring being run in.
See, this is just too many twisted terms.
Okay, how about this?
No, don't worry about it. I'm doing it now. You too late.
I was about to say, I could just send you the channel link,
please,
but I would have to. So you want me to send you the channel link? Oh God, you lazy girl. Luckily, I just. Well, am I gonna be able to click? Hold on, I ain't gonna be able. Let's see. I don't want to lose my spot on the video because I don't know what it is.
See, I ain't even see Mad. Like, did I share Mad?
Damn, it disappeared. That ain't even the right one. Mad is live right now. He playing music. He on Pod 4.
What you mean it disappeared? What disappeared? The post?
The main channel. The post is up there, but it's not the channel I want you to see. Hold on.
Oh.
Visit channel. Visit my channel. Hey, hold on.
Shout out to the city. Now, one fire shower. That's a lot of people. That is a lot of people.
Right. It wasn't that crowded when I was down there. I wasn't going to stay down there that long neither. But that's how that motherfucker. No, I just had on a Memphis Tiger shirt. I got several of them joints. I think you're not a Memphian if you don't own a Memphis Tiger. Everybody that's made shirts made a killing, and everybody had their own twist. But the one I did see the most was the ones that said Memphis made. So I don't know who it had to be an official place selling them because too many people had them. But that's how Beale Street looks. It used to, but back in the day, it used to look like that every time after the Southern Heritage Classic. And on 4th of July, shit like the holidays, used to be like that at night. I hadn't seen it like that at night in about 20 years. It don't get like that. It will still get thick, but not like that. That motherfucker was. The business owners probably had to lock their doors by the time. That was right. I think it was like that right when Big Boogie got ready to rap.
Hey, First Lady Brown. Hey, Malik
I can't find your number now. I sent the motherfucking thing to D Truth.
Hey, Candy.
I sent it to D Truth instead of your ass. Say what? I sent the link to D Truth ass instead of you.
he go wake up whenever he talk to you. What the hell you sent me? That in your chat. Is this channel right here? That in your chat. Who's that calling me?
Yeah, she's on the backup channel.
Hold on, Trey.
I don't know why the fuck I can't find. I don't know why she's not in my text. Where the fuck did it go? Because I sent her the agent pictures the other day. She should have been at the top. Oh, well. All right, back to this drug smuggling.
Inside the jail, a Chinese chemical.
Don't lie.
They turn it into K2 or Kush, but fentanyl has
K2
also
and
been
Kush.
found on these papers and can cause death. And of course, Kush can cause people to act all kinds of crazy ways. So it's a danger to the inmates. It's a danger to
K2 can have people act crazy, not Kush. Kush is real marijuana. It just originates in Afghanistan, man. The musty smell.
the detention officers and the deputies who work in the jail. But the most offensive thing to the public is that this was an organized crime ring being run inside the jail.
By Joshua Owens, according to you guys, and the investigation. Now, were the drugs only in jail or were they also sold outside of the jail?
Well, these cases focus on the sales inside the jail. And obviously they're being sold outside because we see so many fentanyl deaths and so many Kush assaults.
I hadn't looked at it in a couple of days since I saw that Thornton Township video.
I just think it was on his backup page.
Yeah, that's the third channel. But did you see the community wall though? Yeah, that's the third channel.
What am I supposed to be saying?
Go to the community wall. Yo, ain't you a misunderstood fan?
No, sir. When did you get? Well, I don't dislike her. I think she's weird.
Well,
what in the world?
Whether you, as I said, whether you like her or not, just keep strolling. Just keep scrolling. It's fine.
What?
Whether you like her or not. Now, I don't know where Diva found this shit from, but she good at what she do.
Her community wall gives you like on her main channel. This the backup channel, so I know it's worse.
You see the ski, you at the skeet picture. See, you was at the skeet picture when you said you was at the skeet picture. That's the one Diva told me I should go look at, but she didn't tell me I was gonna have to go through 10 pictures. She just was like, go look, you seen my community? I was like, which channel? And she was like, look for the one where she got the white stuff.
How are these photos still on here?
Because she edited them artfully. She artfully edited them.
Oh, Diva girl, you a hot mess.
But it was the first Sunday high heels for me though. I said, what in the world? That was sexy.
She looks like a dude if you don't look all the way.
That was before that was before the implants, she said, because I showed her like, where's her titties at? Where they go?
Yeah,
they long now. But when she told me she got implants, I said, how her implants sagging, truth? That her implants are sagging. The titties we see now, them is implants.
Yeah, Diva Tom boys ain't nothing to play with. I feel like I need to go to church after seeing that. I need to go to Bible study.
Man, because I was talking about misunderstood. When I was talking about the somebody asked me that I see it. The picture there was David's picture, and I was like, no, the last thing I saw of her was her and VS sitting there together, and it looked like she didn't just age tremendously in the past year. She didn't age like a white woman mixed with Hispanic. She just aged bad in 2 years. Her and VS interview, I was like, ooh. This is like the Beauty and the Beast interview.
Not the Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, that's how rough she was looking. Anybody would have been a beauty sitting next to her, to be honest.
My God. And
normally the light skinned, well, now VS is lighter than her. She actually is. Just thought about it.
et cetera. But the drugs are being manufactured outside the jail, sprayed onto the legal papers or stationery, smuggled in by a variety of people. No smugglers are charged in this case. Owens and his relatives are charged with getting the money, receiving the money, and laundering the money for his drug sales in this case. But they come into the jail through, we've charged a lawyer before, we've charged a detention officer before, and I think you'll
That lawyer had to been strung out on drugs that he thought that would be a good idea.
probably not be surprised to know this is an ongoing investigation. These are individual organized crime cells within the jail complex.
When we take a look at Owens and his role in this, he would be considered obviously the mastermind, the man behind all of this. And then when we look at the commissary system in the Harris County Jail, the limit is a $200 deposit, but there's a way around that.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's a big loophole. It turns out that anybody can go to a kiosk in Walmart or other similar venues and deposit any amount of money they want to into an inmate's commissary account. So instead of the intended $200.
So why don't y'all fix it? Or why don't y'all make it to where they have to come in? Maybe an inconvenience, but if security and not having contraband in there is the goal, then they may just have to come to the jail and put the money on the kiosk. Y'all know about the loophole, but y'all can't do anything to fix it. And still $30,000, I'm still like, that's not a lot of money. How long has he been in jail? How long does he have? That's not a lot of money. That could be in there. That may be the only money he gonna get for 2 years. Now, I can see if y'all say they had 300,000 or some shit like this, it's 30,000. This folks may have gave him a lump sum, like, bro, they gotta hold you down into 2025.
Our limit, there's no limit. And if you left that amount of cash in a regular bank account, it would draw the attention of authorities, the IRS, et cetera, when it's coming in cash. But in the commissary, it's not apparently being reviewed. So when we saw the amount of money coming into the commissary, that was obviously, as we've talked about, a red flag.
And do you at this point tell the sheriff and the jail it's time for a review? You need to clamp it down. If we have to come in here again, we're gonna have to kick some ass.
We don't, I don't tell other electeds what their policy should be, but we've recommended an instant cap, a closing of the loophole for any amount that can be deposited. And of course, we're going after Owens and his cohorts, but they're just one of various groups operating within the jail and endangering everybody. And I think these are the kinds of things we see in other countries and want to avoid. So our Harris County Jail should not and cannot be a place where crime is being run out of, especially when it can cause the death of inmates or injuries to others.
All right, District Attorney Kim Ogg, thank you for joining us here on The Factor Uncensored tonight.
Thanks, Isaiah.
Ingrid Kelly has the.
All right, the next story. 14-year-old girl asks 17-year-old boyfriend to kill her mom, attempted to suffocate her.
Exclusive, joining us live from East Point Police Department with more on what exactly happened, Ingrid.
Yeah, you know, it's really disturbing. A mother takes away her daughter's cell phone, and then her child comes up with a plan to kill her mother.
Back in July, East Point police were called to the 24,000 block of Roxana.
They're there to investigate a home invasion and possibly an attempted murder.
But as the investigation unraveled, something sinister was revealed about a 14-year-old girl living on this street.
The minor daughter had met another minor on a social media app.
But the 14-year-old's time on social media was put in jeopardy. Her mother, who had no knowledge of the guy her child met on the app, decided to take away her daughter's phone as a form of punishment.
Because she was having a lot of issues at home and not following the rules.
So the teen and her new 17-year-old boyfriend came up with a solution.
They decided together that they were going to kill mom.
In the early morning hours of July 14th, the 14-year-old...
Y'all know these white people, right? I just gotta throw that out there. They is white people. Never in the history of niggerdom has the girlfriend and the boyfriend decided to kill a black mom because she took away the cell phone. That's never happened. Never. I'm gonna say it is never happened. I know y'all be like, Trey, you can't say never. Yes, I can.
Have you heard about, now this is, well, honestly, it's two stories that I know of, but I'm sure it happens a lot. But this one story, these twin girls, they, I think it happened in Georgia, if I'm not mistaken, but they their mother, like they KILLED her.
No, they tried to do the Hernandez brothers.
They did the Hernandez brothers. They did it, and then you must ain't heard about that. Cause I got that in my.
Were they black?
I supposed to be talking about this on my channel, and I ain't never got to it. But it's this young man. He was found guilty of killing his parents. I think his parents was like, his dad was like an ex-NFL star or something like that. I can't remember his name.
I know who you talking about. He killed his, and he was on the run for a minute. It's black. Yeah. He was. I know that guy there is definitely black.
The twins, yeah, they.
The twins black too.
Yes. I think at the time they were like maybe what?
Well, I'm still right though. It wasn't over a cell phone. It wasn't because she took the cell phone.
It was over the fact that they wanted to go. They had been living with their grandmama until their mama got herself together. Then she got herself together, and then she got them back. And they actually wanted to go stay back with the grandmama because they had more freedom. They was hot in the tail, and the mama wasn't having it. And so yeah, they did it. They. Mm-hmm.
But these white people, though, I just gotta throw that out there. These is definitely white women. This is white people. It's a white teen, white mom, white boyfriend. Well, I don't know about the boyfriend, but I'm assuming, yeah, he white. They came up with this solution together. Because the nigga gonna already know they gonna blame me. Your white mama come up dead, and your white ass gonna blame me too. Man, I watched Obsessed today. I never remember watching it. I just remember people making, and that's not even the movie that I remember seeing. What was the movie that Mekhi Phifer was in? He was dating the black chick, and he was really, really mean to her, and he was smoking a little cigarette and cussing out, and it became a meme. I thought that was Obsessed, but that's not it.
Mekhi Phifer had a girlfriend. And he said,
yeah, he was a wife or something. Yeah, it was his wife, girlfriend, or something. And he was really, really mean to her. And he was smoking a cigarette and stuff and talking shit. He was really, really mean. Damn it, I can't think of it. It's gonna bother me until I figure it out. I don't feel like Googling. But I thought it was Obsessed, but I seen Obsessed, and he kind of played like the same character there. But he got finessed by a white woman. She got this man to kill her husband. She was part of the plot. The police was rolling down on him. It's on YouTube, by the way. That's the truth. I'm telling you, you cover. You got to get up off twat. You got this other movie's truth. We on twat 17.
The name of that channel, that app is not twat. That is not.
I said twat.
Oh, I got it's twat. Oh, I gotta get off of twat. I'm off. I think. Well, no, because I gotta talk about part 3. Trey, you gotta watch part 3, Trey.
Cause this Obsessed Jack, I was like, wow. But no, it blew because the police talked to him. They were upset because they couldn't get anything out of him. They like fuck, and they were like, well, maybe we can break the woman. So all they did was call and tell her to come in, and she was panicking. He was like, we got this, and then she was like, I can't go to jail. I'm pregnant. And this here nigga went on and just confessed to everything. So she got to take over the husband empire, build it in some more shit. And apparently she had this black co-worker who had a mixed baby. And so she was sending him pictures and he on death row thinking that that's his goddamn child. I was like, son of a bitch. I knew it was gonna happen like that. I felt it when she said I was pregnant. I'm like, I feel like she gonna play this nigga. And she did. It wasn't even, she wasn't pregnant. But I guess that ain't bad last day pregnant, but the fact that she was stringing him along because she was saying he was smart and he get to ask him questions and he might blow the cover. So she pretended that its co-worker would come in. She was like, did you bring the pictures in for the employee wall and all that? And the woman would have a picture of her son, and she would just cut the woman out and send it and say, our son is getting so big. I was like, oh. I was mad at it. It ended like that. This nigga walked to the lecture chair with the damn picture she had just got from her. I was like, I knew she was gonna get him. See, the endings like that and shit like that make niggas be like, white women is the downfall of men. All men, not just black men, just men in general. White women, they just think they've been fucking niggas over since forever. I felt bad for him in that movie. What's the other movie? Oh, Cover. You got to watch Cover, True. I got to watch twice. You got to watch Cover. You still ain't seen Leon. It's a that is a motherfucking movie.
Oh
Your mouth
yeah,
gonna be
that's
on the
on
floor
my
the whole
list. That's
time.
supposed to be okay. I'm gonna do Cover after I do the
We got to see if them links still work.
They probably do. Where they gonna go?
It's just a movies. It's movies.
see
Unless
where
you
this
got a
one
license,
comes.
this shit copyright strike.
You got the bootleg. You be bootlegging stuff.
Well, it's not on any other streaming app. Remember, we looked at night. It ain't on none but YouTube. And them three, that channel that had it, they had just uploaded them shits. And they had to do it in 3 parts so they could, so it would be harder for them to strike or claim.
Yeah.
And folks like, hey, why you ain't striking people? The ops that play your music, I'm like, because it's promotion. And if I want to, if I just want to be a dick, I could just put a claim on it so we both get paid off of it.
What if the channel ain't monetized?
Oh, well, then I couldn't put in the claim. It's just promo. But if they monetize,
Why you
then
want
they
to
the ops,
strike?
I can
Just
just be
strike.
dirty.
Just strike.
Why take the video down when I can get paid when they got to share the money that they make off of it with me because they play my music? I don't want to take the live. No. Just pay me some of the dividends. Pay me some of the royalties.
Oh Lord.
Copyright claim is not a strike, and it don't hurt their channel or nothing. It just say you not sharing revenue with MoneyBoy Trade. It's not a bad thing. You're just sharing some of the money with me. That's why I'm striking. Because if I want to, I could just make money off of them. But nah, it's not a serious promo. The old adage stands true to me, good or bad. All publicity is good. But fuck publicity. All promotion is good promotion. You can't have publicity for some fucked up shit. You just can't.
Leaves the door to her home open so her boyfriend can enter.
In
the early morning hours of July 14th, the 14-year-old allegedly leaves the door to her home open so her boyfriend can enter.
He went into the mom's bedroom and began to attempt to suffocate her with a body pillow that was on the bed.
The mom screamed.
And then he started choking her.
But the woman's mother and grandmother to the 14-year-old intervened and told the 17-year-old to leave, which he did. But he left something behind.
His shoes were left behind, and we believe that maybe he took those off to be quieter.
A knife from the victim's house was also found in the street when the suspect fled. The mom was transported to the hospital, but will survive her injuries. And after nearly 2 months of investigating, police took the 14 and 17-year-olds into custody. The mother of the 14-year-old told police her daughter is a problem child and has a record. Both have been charged as adults by the Macomb County Prosecutor's Office. The biggest evidence came from the 14-year-old.
From social media, from her social media account.
The 17-year-old facing a number of charges, including conspiracy to commit murder in the first degree. The 14-year-old also facing charges, including solicitation of murder.
The male received a $2.5 million bond. So I can't imagine that he's going anywhere, anytime soon. And the female was given a $1 million bond. So they're both being held.
The names of the teens not being released because of their ages. The investigation has shocked the police department.
I don't know that we've ever seen anything on this level from this stage.
Detroit. They're gonna charge this 17-year-old with murder. So we'll have it with as an adult. So we'll have his name soon enough. She definitely gonna be tried as an adult. She 14, she's 2 years into teenage. They gonna hold her till she's 21.
And as this investigation continues, police want to make this clear. Everything you do on social media leaves a footprint.
Nothing is secret. I mean, everything is able to be recovered and found when you're using social media.
Yeah, like that blicky I had in Detroit. Nobody can seem to have a picture of that, but it should be out there. It's only one motherfucker, I repeat, that's saying I had a gun, and it ain't me.
And although the mother survived, her blood vessels were greatly damaged because of that strangulation. Needless to say, these teens are facing a number of future court dates. Back to you.
My goodness, Ingrid, so young.
It's also why I be like, man, these kids are kids. Niggas sleeping with the doors locked and everything. Fuck y'all kids is crazy. I don't know what's on your damn mind.
14 years old and the other teen,
Right.
17. It is really scary to think about. And this mom, do we know if the teens had any trouble in the past before that, or was it something where one possibly may have influenced the other?
Yeah, definitely. We don't know about the boyfriend, but we do know that the 14-year-old, the mom considered a problem child and said that she actually does have a record.
Welcome back to the factory.
This nigga that made the cut twice tonight. I think he may be here 3 times. Women leaving their panties in public areas. This story here is also white women. This is a story full of white women. Finally, it's not black women doing this shit. It's white women.
Uncensored tonight, we have some hot topics that are circulating the internet. First up, according to some people out there, times are too damn hard, which has resulted in them bringing their own food to restaurants so that they can enjoy the atmosphere and social life without paying for it. We have our panel here, Food and Flu.
You will have me fucked up. I got a restaurant and you gonna bring your own food in so you can watch Wi-Fi, so you can use Wi-Fi? Man, hell no.
Sir, Jamaniac, owner of Mike's Seafood, Mike Trent, and kinkologist, Lady McAllen. So, Mike, what are your thoughts?
That's a white person term, kinkologist, and it's an ugly white woman that calls herself a kinkologist.
What's about this?
Man, we have signs in front that strictly says no outside food and drinks. I mean, we have,
and you know that will happen if you don't tell people.
Yeah, but and also but we kind of lean on certain things. Parents bringing kids Happy Meals or Chick-fil-A or even bottled water. I'm cool with that. But you can't bring a whole plate of food or seafood or whole plate. Man, you can't do that. That's just tacky, man. You know? No, we don't play that, man. No.
And so if you catch someone bringing that into your restaurant, what would you do?
We haven't had anybody have the audacity to do that yet. You know what I mean? But man, I'll kindly come up and talk to them. I appreciate it. The sign said you can't bring outside food. I appreciate you respect that. Put that away.
Are you shocked at this trend, Mike, since you're a business owner?
I mean,
your whole business model is designed to bring you money. You can't bring your own food.
You can't do that, man. You know, the area you're sitting in, the chair you're sitting, we call that rent money. The AC, the lights, we call that electricity, that's our utility.
You're renting a seat, yeah.
Every month we got to pay that. Yeah, you got to contribute, So,
what if you had a bring your own food section, and it's like $20.
Outside, we put the chair outside. You go outside, do your thing, man. You know, sit in the park in your car, AC on. I'm cool with that.
So Jermaine, this is your world, right? And your foodies. So what do you think about it?
Right. Well, shout out to Mike, man, because I see if I was a business owner, I'd be like, say, bro, you take it away from the pot. But like we did mention off camera, I said, bro, I'm bringing my bottle of water or something just because nowadays a bottle of water is like $4 or $5. Yeah. That's all I'm like, if I have some in the car, cold little water, and I'm coming to spend $20 on the meal plus, let me bring my little water in, man, you know. But other than that, yeah, I don't want to go get a burger from somewhere and bring it in your establishment just like, hey, this home.
Now I've heard like people want, and I heard this from Malia, the producer, and she's like, people want to bring their own noodles, and stuff like that. But is that still fair?
She's like, I'm saying because noodles are cheap.
She said for their seafood bowls, and we're about to play the video. But keep talking.
What's going on? So I wonder how can you cook them though?
Lady McCallum, your thoughts about this?
I'm just a little shook. I mean,
that's like people bring their own panties to you.
For real, like don't bring me my panties yet. No,
oh look at that. They're putting their own noodles out.
Yeah. To be fair, like inflation is crazy, and like I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I eat out like every day. Like I do. I'm not gonna lie, and I have noticed that like the restaurants are getting emptier and emptier and emptier.
And think about this. So, if you go to a sandwich shop, right? Let's say, you know, obviously it's most of the time sandwiches and then chips and a drink. Well, a bag of chips in the sandwich shop is like,
it's like $4.
So how much is a bag of chips if you get a whole, you know, so.
No, that actually makes sense, yeah.
I buy a $20 or $15 sandwich, but then when it comes to the chips.
You sneaking out your pocket, like digging in your pocket.
You ain't blessed the belly then, man.
No, sir. I ain't paying $15 for a sandwich. Now let's talk.
I feel like I'm gonna burn my bills. I've been wasting so much money on food.
So, Lady McCallum, this is your area of expertise, but not your area of expertise because you think it's kind of tacky. There's a woman on social media who has been leaving her panties behind, and it's a trend out there where women are now taking their panties off and putting in public areas. They've been posting these videos on social media with a caption saying, leaving a donation. Kingologists,
white women. I must stress again, this is all white women. There is not one sister in this mix. Shout out to y'all.
Say about this.
One of the very first things that I teach when I do any kind
of... But look, it's in the food section.
Why are you putting it in the food? It's disgusting. So it's something that I teach. It's called informed consent. Okay, It's one of the most important things with kink and fetishes. You have to tell people what you're doing. You have to get their informed consent, which means they know what's going on. They know all the details about the fetish, about the kink, and then they can make an informed decision whether or not they want to participate in that kink or that fetish. This has no consent. This is literally somebody being disgusting and taking something that is a personal hygiene issue and making it public. A kid could pick that up. That's in a bread aisle. That is going on food. Like this is surely illegal, right? I mean, that's unsanitary. So it's just not okay. This actually makes people like me look bad because they're doing something that everybody's gonna think, oh, all those unfortunate BDSM people.
All right, dude, we'll get back to you on that really quick. Your thoughts about this?
That's pretty crazy, especially when you're leaving in the food aisle. I'm trying to bless my belly without all the extras, but you know, like you said, a kid can pick it up or something like that. I don't think that's cool. But at the end of the day, like you said, people got different fetishes, and
I'm trying to bless my baby without the extras, man. He don't like his woman wearing panties, no way.
Going into the grocery store on the pineapples.
All she had to do was walk up to some man and be like, "Hey, baby, you want my panties?" Why didn't she? She could have done that.
You'll get a taker.
Yeah, she would, right?
Oh, yeah.
Look, I got real big.
I was like, what happened?
And Mike, let's hear from you on this.
I mean, they always said it's nasty. You can't do that, especially in food, man. But like, I promise people following that trend won't look as good as her. I promise you.
You the chick doing it too.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, we make them so bad, but come on.
She's leaving it, so you don't even know.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and really quick for us Tell us what you do legally with your panties.
Oh.
Not legally, but morally and ethically correct.
No, I sell my panties. Yeah,
Right.
I totally sell
Really quick, got 20
Oh
seconds.
yeah, absolutely. Like they pick different kinds, like the workout panties, like
Right.
jogging panties.
And you sell them to people.
Panties. Yeah, of course.
Okay. And what's the average price?
It starts at $250.
Why do you want to know this?
$250 for a pair of worked out in panties. Now, y'all said I was weird for sniffing McGall panties. What do y'all think about these niggas that's buying a stranger's panties that's worked out in?
At $250.
Stop it. That'll do it for the fact. We're selling panties tonight. Germania has 2 pair already.
Kirby Jan investigate.
Well, Tiffany made the strange news stories today. Dalton's mayor Texas trip, tab, tens of thousands of dollars billed to taxpayers.
Has learned taxpayers are on the hook for tens of thousands of dollars more in travel costs for Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard and her administration.
Comes after WGN sued the village for refusing to turn over financial records as required by law. A judge sided with WGN. Investigative reporter Ben Bradley shows what those records reveal.
For a year now, we've been reporting on questionable spending by a South suburban politician named Tiffany Henyard. But we only knew half the story because we only had records from one of the 2 governments she runs. Now we can show you the real toll her travel is taking on taxpayers. The self-proclaimed super mayor is a prolific poster on social media, but what she rarely publicizes are her travels, trips frequently paid for by taxpayers.
If you want to have a good time, spend your own dime.
Despite being a trustee, this is the first time Tammy Brown has been able to see the village's credit card statements, records we had to get through a judge's order.
When you see things like this, it's like a punch in the gut.
Last January, we told you Tiffany Henyard and her entourage racked up more than $67,000 in travel-related charges in just 5 months. But that's just what was charged to Thornton Township credit cards, where she's the supervisor. When you add in what was billed to Dalton, trips for Mayor Henyard and her entourage cost taxpayers more than $100,000. We questioned Henyard about travel last fall.
I do not handle anything as relates to with credit cards. As you heard me speak today in my board meeting, I do not handle that.
Some of those charges are for you, though.
No, sir.
You didn't go to Las Vegas?
As it relates to
What is that?
No comment.
You don't know if you were in Las Vegas?
Of course I do.
Were you?
It's not paid by them.
Did you fly first class to Las Vegas?
Any other questions?
When Henyard hits the road, she and other village and township officials do so in style. Records show they often fly first class, pay for upgrades. They've stayed at luxury hotels, including the Four Seasons, and dine at steakhouses.
Oh my God. When you just see these things.
Let's look at one trip to Austin, Texas in July of last year. 5 people, including Mayor Henyard, for 5 days. While we previously reported the township was billed $27,000, we now know the actual cost was more than $47,000 when you factor in what Dalton taxpayers were charged. It includes nearly $1,000 spent at an Austin Walgreens and a sports riding apparel store. The only explanation for any of the travel was that it was to attend a conference.
I'm sure you guys had an awesome time on the backs of taxpayers, but what do we gain from any of these trips? We gain nothing.
Trustees say they've been demanding explanations for months.
You the one that's costing the village money. I don't know how they call. All right.
But Henyard and her team refused to share the credit card records.
We were never allowed to get those statements. So this is the reason why you hid it from us, because definitely we would have questions.
Mayor Henyard is in a situation where she feels like she's under attack, because she is.
Bo Brindley is Henyard's criminal defense attorney, hired after the FBI served subpoenas on the village and township earlier this year. He blames Henyard's top aide, Keith Freeman.
Keith Freeman made the decision on how these funds are being used. Keith Freeman is going on these trips. You understand, this is a new mayor. This is someone that is new to this job.
But she never thought, hey, I shouldn't fly first class. I shouldn't stay at the Four Seasons.
If there was a problem with any of that, if that's not how you're supposed to do it, she relied on Freeman to tell her. He's telling her this is how we do things.
How things were done in Dalton is costing taxpayers dearly. Records we obtained show the village leased 3 luxury SUVs for Henyard's use at a cost to residents of more than $374,000.
The mayor didn't spend any of this money. The Keith Freeman made decisions and reported to the mayor, this is what we're doing. The mayor trusted him until she did it.
This is me talking to people that understand business, that understand finance.
Back to those Dalton credit cards. They include nearly $25,000 charged in 5 months without explanation to places like Walmart.
Hey, man. Them folk is throwing, her lawyer is throwing Keith Freeman under the bus, but she still handled the day-to-day. Now he's saying she was ignorant to what was going on. But didn't she hire Keith Freeman?
Market and Jewel. There was $5,000 spent at local restaurants and Uber Eats. And Tiffany Henyard's personal photographer charged the village $3,400.
What I think is interesting about this case, this story, is you can be.
I know her dad was a firefighter. I think her mom was a teacher.
Highly legal and unethical at the same time.
Kelly Richmond Pope is an accounting professor who has investigated municipal spending. She says the brazenness is what caught her eye.
Who does this? Who lives this way so out loud? It's almost like, I dare you to ask. I dare you to ask me.
Yeah, how many trips was she a part of with Riley when she was a trustee?
And I'm just shocked that a leader would think that they could get away with this type of behavior and that no one's going to ask them about it.
We out here in place of Thornton. It keep raining, but it's still going on.
Trustees for both of the governments headed by Henyard have now limited special event and credit card spending, but it may be too little.
It was raining on Beale Street when I left. In fact, when I was leaving, it was that the rain was, it hadn't started raining yet, but the weather radar was going off and they said we're going to postpone for about an hour. And as I was leaving, there was thousands of people walking towards it, so they ain't give a fuck about the rain because it's a rapper they want to see. They want to see Big Boogie. That's who everybody. That's why everybody except for the white people, all the niggas down there, because there were no Mexicans or Asians. It was just blacks and whites. All the blacks that was there was for Big Boogie. It may have been 1 or 2 white people there for Big Boogie, but all the blacks were there for him. They didn't care if it was raining, hailstorm, and a tornado. They was gonna be out there. Tiffany, nobody showed up to your shit. You thought Jay Holiday and Kiki was gonna bring it out. They old, man. I mean, if you had Sexy Red out there or something, it would have been crook. Man, Kiki, why did everybody want to see that? Well, y'all, the few that showed up. Not that it wasn't bad, man. I'm not saying that she can sing her ass off. I enjoyed her performance. I hate she stopped shaking her ass because the baby was in the front row. Whoever parent it was should have had the baby in the back. But yeah, she can sing, but nobody showed up, man. Them ain't artists people wanted to see. I'm sure you didn't do any research to poll the people to see what artists would you like to see. You brought in who you grew up listening to. Just think about it. When was the last time Jay Holiday had a hit, man? He don't even got a catalog big enough to do a versus. Kiki, that you could have saved Jay Holiday money. That he actually And that ain't the first time. Niggas don't care when you getting paid. You don't care. Nobody can be there. You don't fuck it. I got paid. I don't give a damn. Do my shit. I'm gonna actually cut the shit short, but I'm gonna do my shit and get the fuck up out of here. I got paid. But it was terrible. Nobody was there when he sang. And then when Kiki came, it's not like it was a real uptick in people that were there. 35, 40 people maybe. But then it was outside, so that's how you could tell it was empty. Maybe if you had it inside at the where they be having the secret squirrel meeting, the park district, it probably would have looked a little different. But yeah, the parking lot. And the news ain't shit, because the news showed you on live talking about we had tasted Thornton. It keep raining, but we out here, and they showed you flip the camera around and there was nobody there. The news petty as hell. Is anybody gonna ask the news though what they doing with the money? And is anybody gonna say the news clickbait and any of that? Cause y'all just heard this nigga say, we started talking about Tiffany a year ago. And to be honest, this is the interview, that thing that he played when she was like, as it relates to with credit cards, that's what me and probably 97% of the people who are talking about this shit now, that's the report we saw. Dave Flacco, WGN. And I said it was last September. We are in September again. So, yep. Now, this happened 6 days ago, this video, but we're a year in. And that's the one most of the people saw that started talking about it on YouTube. And then the people on YouTube, plus the continued coverage of that, made this shit go across the world. Oh, I gotta plug my device.
Late, Dalton is laying off workers after trustees discovered the village is millions in the hole.
We sort of knew we were in a bind, but not to this extent. This is devastating.
Federal prosecutors charged Keith Freeman with bankruptcy fraud. He's now cooperating with trustees investigating Henyard's spending, but he denies he's working with the feds. Freeman declined to comment. The FBI's investigation into Henyard marches on. Ben Bradley, WGN Investigates.
A former deputy finds himself on the run.
I'm gonna disagree with you on that, Pisces. She's educated, but she doesn't speak like it. At what point would your education kick in when you're constantly doing public speaking? She doesn't sound educated at meetings. She doesn't sound educated on her podcast. She doesn't sound educated on Cooking with Tiff. She doesn't sound educated on her personal page. She's the mayor. That's a prestigious position. That's a leadership position. If there's any time to show your education level, it would be when you're the mayor and when you got news cameras there and you know for the past year, the news in the world is watching, and yet she still gets up there and can't pronounce words. I educated my ass. I'm a hood nigga, but I can't even call it a privilege because I didn't have no choice in this shit. I was forced to go to private school, damn it, from kindergarten to 10th grade. So I know how to cut it on. I can speak with correct English when the situation calls for it. Other than that, I keep the shit and I talk like most people talk. But don't get it twisted. When I'm doing a leadership position or when I'm trying to make a point or I'm being serious, I'm very, very articulate. This woman I've never heard her speak and be articulate, ever. In none of her 8 years worth of trustees videos, in her video about Tiff Goodburger and the shit I had from there. That doesn't mean that, ma'am, it's a lot of dummies that graduated college. It's called cheating. It's a lot of niggas that graduated high school. They can't read. They cheated. And the fact that you point out that she graduated and all that makes it look worse that when the cameras are on and the lights are shining, you talk like an idiot. She doesn't talk like a person with education. You can't sit here and argue and say that this sounds like an educated woman when she speaks. The woman doesn't know how to pronounce municipality. Come on, man.
Wrong side of the law. He's now facing criminal charges.
It all stems from a reported nearly 3 years ago. McIntyre Law Chopper 4 was over the scene back in 2021 and
yes, you know why it's different? Because I agree with you when you say sounding educated and being educated are two different things. I can go take you a hood nigga that can code switch when he trying to get a job interview. He will sound educated, although he's not. You're saying this motherfucker actually got a degree and she can't sound educated. So she put in all that time to get a degree and she can't sound educated. But I could go take a hood nigga and send him anywhere and he'll put his white voice on. He'll put on his shirt and all that shit, his button-up tie, his pro wing, his wing tips, all that shit. And sound educated as fuck. How is that sway? Okay, back to I got sidetracked. Former deputy accused of faking chase shooting. I don't get that title, but here we go. It's in Oklahoma somewhere.
Former deputy finds himself on the wrong side of the law. He's now facing criminal charges.
it all stems from a reported chase.
I know you said she never sounded educated. You said she was educated, and I'm saying how? Most people with degrees, unless it's their job to act like an idiot, it's their job to dumb themselves down, they don't do it. They just don't. I don't know what level of education any of those trustees have, but they all know how to say municipality. They know how to not say as it relates to with checks or whatever the fuck she said, as it relates to with travel. She's always fucking up words. And I don't know if you know this, but you could buy degrees. I could buy me a degree from Harvard online right now. Never stepped foot in it. But if I'm not mistaken, that college is closed, so you can't even access the records. I could be wrong though, but that's what I thought I heard, that their college is closed and you can't verify this shit.
And shooting nearly 3 years ago. McIntyre Law Chopper 4 was over the scene back in 2021 in Potawatomi County. But now, in new court papers, investigators say the deputy made it all up. News 4's Caitlin Ogle has the update.
This is the rural county road where the deputy claimed everything unfolded. But detectives say as they continue their investigation.
Accredited don't mean it's not real. It's real. It just means the world doesn't accept that college as one of the ones that issues out degrees. It's real. You pay tuition and all that shit, but they saying they're not accredited by anyone. Nobody backs them. Nobody looks at them and acknowledges their graduates. Nobody accepts their degrees. But yes, but do you not see what you're saying? You said whether she bought it or not. So if she bought it, you can't say she's educated. Your argument is she's educated, and I'm saying the way that she speaks is not that of an educated woman. Because one thing they require you to do in college is write papers, and if you're actually writing the papers and giving dissertations and doing public speaking in front of your peers, you're going to use correct grammar because they judge you for it. Could you imagine her writing a paper talking the way that she talks?
Nothing was adding.
I don't know if it's accredited or not. That's not mine. That's what First Lady said. But what I was saying was, from what the accredited, I don't know, but I heard that the college no longer exists, so you cannot verify whether she went there or not. And then you saying she got the diplomas. Have you seen it? You act like you've been in this woman's wall. Is it on Facebook? Because I ain't seen it. How do you know she has a degree, or her telling you is enough? Did you go to the graduation? She said she was summa cum laude. Who believes that? So she was the valedictorian? So it would be easy to find somebody from the class that she graduated from. Maybe the valedictorian of that year. Maybe the salutatorian. Maybe the president. Somebody should remember this woman. Because she grew there, not flew there. They did too. The only reason I know Robert Morris is because it was in Drumline.
Everybody's gonna make mistakes. When you cross the line.
I'm a person that doesn't believe anything until it's shown to me. I don't need to see the diploma, but if she telling people she graduated summa cum laude and all that, it would be incumbent on her to show, because we can listen to her talk and be like, this woman ignorant as hell. She probably got an associate's degree from South Highland Community College or wherever it was she had Tiffany Goodberg. She may have a degree from Robert Morris, but again, I say that doesn't mean shit when you're the leader of two places and you ignorant as hell every time you talk. We don't see education. When you see Dr. Nikita speak, or not see, when you hear her speak, you don't have to know that she graduated cum laude, what college she went to. Hell, she don't even have to say the doctor. That's just the added bonus to the credential. But if you just heard her speak, you would be like, this is an educated woman. You don't get that with Tiffany. I never have. And all the shit I've seen of her, I've never gotten. I'm not saying she's not qualified to be mayor, but I think that is just some shit she made up to make the mayor position, to make her look more qualified for the job, which people do.
Different story.
Potawatomi County Sheriff Mike Booth talking about his former deputy, Taylor Smith. Body cam video from September 2021 shows him driving over 100 miles per hour during
I'm asking you, since you said she got the degree, I'm like, well, maybe you've seen it. I ain't saying she don't got one. I'm saying I don't think she has one based on her actions. But you're adamant that she got one. You said she got one, she graduated. I'm saying, well, shit, since you so adamant, you must have saw it. Or are you just going off what she's told us? Because she told us the same thing. I ain't saying she ain't got it, but based on the way she speaks and saying she summa cum laude, nah. That was the red flag for me, summa cum laude. If she just said she graduated from it, I'd roll with that. But when she added the extras, I'm like, no, you don't speak like that. No way. But now you ain't looking at both sides out. I'm saying Dr. Nikita could have bought hers too, but at least she plays the part well. Do you get what I'm saying? If Dr. Nikita bought hers, she plays the part well when she speaks, how she acts. Tiffany does not. They both could have bought them, but that's the point. If both of them bought them, at least one is very well in the role that she's playing. The other one is not. She doesn't know how to act. She can't take the hood out. Dr. Nikita could be the hoodest motherfucker in the world, but you don't see that when you see her or hear her speak. Hell, as we see, what's Big Booty Belcher? she ghetto. She got it. She can get in it, but it's only when you take her there that you see it. But the more you don't see it. Tiffany is the only one I've seen her go at it like that with. She didn't trigger him. She's been through some things with Tiffany. But she hides it. I don't know her education level. She could just graduate high school. But it's a contrast between her. Norwood don't say much at all. I can probably pretty much guarantee she's just a high school graduate. But you don't get the same vibes off of her as you do as Tiffany. That's all I'm saying. Tiffany, for all the education that she has, she doesn't know how to code switch. And we all, educated or not, black people know how to code switch. We all got the white person voice on the goddamn phone, or at least we did back in the day. For cell phones, everybody had the, hello, change your voice like a motherfucker, male and female. The phone voice. I don't even care about her, bro. I ain't say nothing about the growing up poor. I was talking about the educated part. That's what I chimed in on. But I do remember, yeah, you said upper middle class. The upper could be questionable, but middle class definitely, because like I said, her mom was a teacher, and her dad was a firefighter. Teachers don't make that much money, neither do firefighters, but they're respectable jobs. They got unions and 401ks and things of that nature. So middle class, I get it. I could agree with that. I ain't have no qualms with them. I'm talking about her being educated. I don't think she did either. I don't think she did either, because she wouldn't have waited till she was grown to be breaking in cars. She would have been doing that shit, and she would have been doing it back then.
Alleged pursuit on his.
Are there really any poor people in Dalton? Just off the history, are there poor people in Dalton? We know that I know that everywhere has homelessness, but Dalton is back in the day, the history, it was a well-to-do community. There weren't poor people there. You had to have money to stay there. Not necessarily making millions of dollars a year, but you had to have money to stay there. It was mostly like what she grew up in, two-parent households, two incomes coming in to be able to afford the property. Then the upper middle class, I don't think that's really a thing. I think that's just that's more black people stunting on you. I make $2 more an hour than you, so I'm upper middle class. Or I make you make $49,000 a year. I make $51,000 a year. I'm upper class. I'm upper middle class. It's all middle class.
Phone driving with his knee.
Off the damn floor.
According to court documents, during the chase, Smith said he saw, quote, a black male passenger armed with a long gun.
Let's keep it back. I forgot. A long gun is a damn rifle.
On the side of the law, he's now facing criminal charges.
It all stems from a reported chase and shooting nearly 3 years ago. McIntyre Law Chopper 4 was over the scene back in 2021 in Potawatomi County. But now, in new court papers, investigators say the deputy made it all up. News 4's Caitlin Ogle has the update.
This is the rural county road where the deputy claimed everything unfolded. But detectives say as they continue their investigation, nothing was adding up.
Everybody's gonna make mistakes. Show me there! When you cross the line, different story.
Potawatomi County Sheriff Mike Booth talking about his former deputy, Taylor Smith. Body cam video from September 2021 shows him driving over 100 miles per hour during an alleged pursuit on his phone, driving with his knee.
Off the damn floor.
What the fuck? Dude is really on his phone. I done drove my knee before, but never at 100 miles per hour. But I think all of us have taught that as youth because we think it's cool, it look cool. But yeah, this nigga driving 100 miles per hour in a souped up police car with his knees on the phone, kick back with his feet up.
According to court documents, during the chase, Smith said he saw, quote, a black male passenger armed with a long gun hop out of the car and run.
I'll be super shooting. He has a rifle, large backpack, red shirt, black male.
Minutes later, backup arrives, taking Smith back to his car, and he drives over to this gate.
He said the guy hopped over a fence into this big field. As he approached the fence, this guy started shooting at him, so he returned fire.
Those alleged gunshots were never heard, but investigators heard this.
Shot fire! Shot fire! Get down! Show me your hands!
McIntyre Law Chopper 4 overhead as authorities combed the area for hours, but court papers saying, quote, there were no obvious signs or tracks to follow.
That's when I said, everybody stop, everybody come out, call the SBI, have them come in. I want everything roped off, and we go from here. I was highly skeptical about what I'd heard.
What investigators did find were Smith's shell casings. Sheriff Booth says surveillance video they obtained also showing Smith's patrol unit, but no sedan. Other deputies telling investigators they, quote, observed no dust trails or the suspected vehicle.
Of course, as a human being, you wonder why this or why that, but you still just follow the facts.
In Potawatomi County, Caitlin Hugo, Oklahoma's news story.
What was the motive there? The sheriff's.
What the fuck? So this nigga just wanted to make up a story about a car chase and a shooting. He was bored. He needed some action. He needed an adrenaline rush. White people. It's another white guy. Yeah, the thing. White guys, white people tonight, except for Tiffany. But her white lawyer was up there tap dancing for her.
Smith resigned during the investigation. We called Smith and his attorney, but neither got back to us. He now faces a misdemeanor charge of filing a false report.
All right. Worker dead at Wells Fargo desk for 4 days.
A Tempe Wells Fargo employee died at her desk, and 12 News is now confirming that it may have taken as many as 4 days for anyone in the office to notice. Good evening, and thanks so much for joining us for 12 News at 10. I'm Cuddy Devine.
I'm Mark Curtis. It's a story we first reported yesterday. Tonight, Tempe police are confirming the timeline of when the woman clocked in to when her colleagues found the body. 12 News journalist Gabriela Becerra is in the studio with new details tonight. Gabby, 4 days. I mean, this poor woman went 4 days undiscovered. It's hard to believe.
And that's a question many employees are asking themselves tonight. I spoke with an employee who said that she shared her perspective on the workplace environment, and they say it's a big building, but most people don't work there on a daily basis.
A Wells Fargo employee went to work the morning of Friday, August 16th, and never went home. Tempe police tell 12 News 60-year-old Denise Prudhomme scanned into work at 7 o'clock in the morning. 4 days later, police responded to the office building near Washington Street and Priest Drive for reports of a subject down. Prudhomme was declared dead. The Tempe Police Criminal Investigation Bureau is investigating, but do not suspect foul play. A Wells Fargo employee exclusively spoke with 12 News, but asked not to be recorded or identified out of fear for their job. They say a colleague found Prudhomme dead at her desk in a cubicle while walking around the building on Tuesday, August 20th. Prudhomme's cubicle was reportedly on the 3rd floor and away from the main aisle. This employee says several people had smelled a foul odor, but passed it off as faulty plumbing. They say while most Wells Fargo employees at this Tempe location work remote, the building has 24/7 security, and someone should have found Prudhomme sooner. The incident left several employees feeling scared and uneasy. This employee wants to see new safety protocols in place, telling me, quote, it's negligence in some part. A different worker also spoke with 12 News anonymously. Was just uncomfortable.
Again, calling on the company to do more.
Body was there about 4 days before anybody found it, before anybody walked up to her just to say,
pass the smell of death off as faulty plumbing.
Hi, make sure she's okay. She was just laying on her desk.
A Wells Fargo spokesperson previously sent 12 News a statement saying, in part, "We are deeply saddened by the tragic loss of our colleague at our Tempe office," adding counselors through our employee assistance consulting service are available to support employees. An employee tells me their direct management offered those services, addressed the incident, and told workers the building was thoroughly cleaned. And a Wells Fargo spokesperson did not have new information to share with me tonight. The Maricopa County Medical Examiner is investigating the cause of death. In studio, Gabriella Becerra, 12 News.
All right, Gabby, thank you.
Okay, this one is man sues San Diego Police Department for racially profiling, breaking car window door and stop. So that popping that y'all hear is the window door. I'm gonna share this so y'all can see the vision.
News tonight, you just saw the moment a San Diego police officer smashed.
Give me a second. Sharing this now.
Through the window of a car belonging to a black man. And now a lawsuit has just been filed against the San Diego Police Department claiming negligence and brutality. Good evening and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Marcella Lee. CBFA's Jenny Day spoke with the man behind the wheel and shares the details.
Nicholas Hoskins says he's been pulled over 4 times in less than 1 year. Now, he was convicted of conspiracy to commit murder and spent nearly a decade in prison, but that conviction was overturned. It is, however, still on his record. So he says that, in addition to his skin color, have made him a target.
Being a black guy in the wrong neighborhood at the wrong time.
What the fuck? His conviction was overturned, but it's still on his record? How? It's supposed to be overturned, mean it didn't happen. Boy. So he was wrong. He was wrongfully jailed. They admitted it by overturning it, but he still has a felony on his record.
When they felt like abusing their power.
This is Nicholas Hoskins.
I'm a military brat.
And a San Diego native, father of 2, friend to many, a construction worker who likes bowling and golf.
I'm trying to find a career so I could survive in San Diego and take care of my kids.
After being wrongfully convicted, he was released from prison just last year, but had another recent run-in with law enforcement.
Where's the proper call? I'm gonna break your window if you want to play this game.
Things escalated after Hoskins was allegedly pulled over for running a stop sign.
I just came from the park. I'm about to go pick my son up from school.
He's now accusing the San Diego Police Department.
I'm sorry, but I'm not answering none of them questions for these. I'm like, hey, I made no harm. I wasn't planning to have a conversation with you. We could just write the ticket and get this over with. I'm not answering no questions. Where am I coming from? None of your business. You didn't pull me over to ask me where I'm coming from. You pulled me over because I broke some type of law. Give me the fucking ticket so we can keep it moving.
Of excessive force, an illegal search, and an unlawful arrest.
I'm a law-abiding citizen. I'm a taxpaying citizen. I'm not on paperwork or parole. I'm not doing anything wrong.
See, he just got out of jail for a murder charge, and he talked with most sense to Tiffany. He ain't got no education. He leaning in towards the glass.
They're racially profiled.
Oh no,
Oh
no, it wasn't. They broke the passenger window.
Bigger than me.
And then he rolled the window down on the driver's side.
The list goes on.
Hoskins says he stayed calm and complied just to survive.
I know, like a situation like that, not to move too fast because I probably would have got me killed.
His son, by the way, was eventually picked up from school that day. Law firm Mackenzie Scott has taken on the case.
We were outraged by the conduct that we saw in the video, and I do not know what the basis was in the situation for the police to believe that Mr. Hoskins was armed and dangerous, other than he was black.
They're accusing SCPD of racial profiling and say the goal of the lawsuit is accountability.
The Black community especially is being stopped at a higher rate. They're being searched at a higher rate.
And the San Diego Police Department did respond to me quickly, but only said they do not comment on pending litigation. It's one we'll continue to follow. For CBS 8, I'm Jenny.
Now,
Regardless to how
this next story is crazy. A 820-pound Wayne woman told she can't return to her 8th floor apartment because it's a fire hazard.
she got to 825 pounds, she's here. Regardless to how she got to 825 pounds, she's here, and it is a sad situation. Now, the hospital where she is at in Wayne, Corewell Health Wayne, they want to discharge her, saying her condition has stabilized, possibly within the next 24 hours. However, her size has been deemed a fire hazard, meaning she can't return home to her apartment. It's a real possibility in the next 24, 48 hours, she won't have anywhere to go.
I personally weigh 825 pounds.
That's 8.
Would I be wrong if I said, that's a big bitch? Would I be wrong if I said that? I'm not lying. She 825 pounds. I ain't gonna even hold y'all. I have never seen an 800-pound person before, ever. Shaq was tall as hell, freaking nature in his own right, not 800 pounds. Yao Ming, freaking nature, Shaq was like 7'6" or some shit. Not 800 pounds. Andre the Giant, tall son of a bitch, not 800 pounds. The Big Show. And this is 800 pounds, 825. Let me not forget the 25.
125 pounds.
I haven't been outside. Yeah, about 2 years I haven't been outside.
A prisoner in her 8-story apartment in Wayne.
A normal day is just, I'm just laying in the bed. I have nothing to do.
A prisoner in her own body.
I just can't keep living like this. I want to be free.
33-year-old Joanna Bates struggled with weight her whole life, relying lately on her mom for care.
My mom is 53. Get out of order.
How old is she? Wait.
33-year-old Joanna Bates struggled with weight her whole life, relying lately on her mom for care.
Now, I've never watched the show. I've heard about it. I ain't never seen it though. You can't even see her shape laying down. I don't know what you can't even see it. Then they showing the pictures where she wasn't big, saying she struggled with her life, but she wasn't big in them pictures. And then it just out of no damn well. What the fuck was she eating?
53. Get out of order. Be taking care of me. I'm supposed to take care of her.
The last few years, she's gotten worse.
Back in 2018, my boyfriend was murdered in front of me. So I kind of hid from the world. And it just kind of got out of hand.
My boyfriend died. I hid from the world and I ate. This is another Detroit story, by the way. Y'all got an 825-pound woman walking around the mean streets of Detroit with Wayne.
Then she gained more than 200 pounds. Her lymphedema, which is
so I kind of hid from the world, and it just kind of got out of hand.
Since then, she gained more than 200 pounds. Her lymphedema, which is extreme fluid buildup in her legs, like you see here, causes bed sores.
Oh my God. Ew, I gotta show you.
It just kind of got out of hand.
Since then, she gained more than 200 pounds. Her lymphedema, which is extreme.
Oh my goodness, what the fuck? Oh, this is cool. I have no words for this. This is. Good grief. Like, what the fuck? I don't even, where's her leg? What part of the leg is that even? True! I'm finna fuck your night up. Real time, real time. Now this is ridiculous. Y'all have to see this leg. This is, boy. And she said her lympho, what she called it? What that white woman called it? Her lymphonitis or whatever the fuck she said. It's this fluid buildup. This is, ooh. See, and me, I'm sitting here clicking because I'm used to weighing 155 and I saw 161 today. And I was like, I ain't been trying to gain weight. It was times I was trying to gain weight and I couldn't do it. So I weighed myself. I said, like, 161? That's not, hey, that's not my normal. I'm tripping. This lady been walking around legs looking like this. Like, where's her actual, is it the kneecap? That's the kneecap and stuff. Where is the rest of the leg? Like the part that's connected to the foot and the ankle. Is that the ankle down there, the part at the very, very bottom? It's like a turkey leg. And I'm guessing, I'm hoping the white stuff is some cream or something they didn't put on it. But they were saying her condition is caused bed sores. Oh, man.
Fluid buildup in her legs, like you see here, causes bed sores.
Almost like a knife that's being turned, constantly going through my legs.
It got real bad last month.
So I called 911 and they were trying to figure out a way to get me out the house. They wanted to tie me up to the ropes to bring me out the window, but I was scared.
15 first responders were able to fit her into the elevator and get her by ambulance to Corewell Health Wayne Hospital. But now her condition is controlled. She says the hospital and Medicare want her discharged. Her size makes her a fire hazard, so she can't go home either.
They're trying to give me a lower floor, but right now it's nothing available. So it's like I don't have nowhere to go.
Joanna has until midnight Wednesday to make an appeal to Medicare to buy her time at the hospital, but she's also at the whim of Section 8 housing, which can take weeks to process a move.
I just want the help. I don't want to be like this anymore. I'm tired. My body is tired. And I don't want to.
Corewell Health tells us they can't comment on specifics of her situation because of HIPAA. Now, Joanna says she's trying to find other living accommodations, but there's very few places that are affordable that can accommodate someone her size. Reporting live, Jessica Duknak on The Edge.
I don't want to be.
Okay, now this next story is about her too. She said, I don't want to be like this anymore. Help coming for 825-pound Michigan woman who can't go home. And these stories were a day apart, August 7th and August 8th.
33-year-old Joanna Bates first speaking with Fox 2 Wednesday night from her room at Corewell Health Hospital in Wayne. She said she was about to be discharged but unable to go home to her family's 8th floor apartment at Westchester Towers, where at 825 pounds, she was a fire hazard.
I just need help. Like, I can't keep living like this.
It had taken 15 firefighters and paramedics to get her into the
It took a news story for her to decide that she can't keep living like that. The whatever condition she had on her legs wasn't motivation enough to stop What the fuck is she eating? That's a lot of food to get to 825 pounds. You don't do that overnight. Yes, how is she still eating? Oh, well, she said her mom was taking care of. Ooh, I'm just trying to figure out what a lunch for her looks like.
Elevator and to the hospital to be treated for lymphedema, severe swelling that causes painful bed sores. Now it's time to go home. But where?
The property manager here at Westchester Towers in Wayne wouldn't answer any specific questions, but did issue a statement.
It reads, Ms. Bates is welcome at Westchester Towers, and we look forward to her returning to her home. We are not aware of any restrictions that would prevent her from returning and wish her all the best.
That's because y'all are the ones putting the restriction on it, nigga. It's the goddamn fire department, because it took them a whole bunch of hours to get her out the first time. And then they said 15 firefighters got her on the elevator. If there's a fire going on, they can't assign that many resources to that woman to get her out. She's on the 8th floor. So that means everybody else that's able-bodied can get up and move out. And she would be the one that's there, 825 pounds. She can't walk. It'd take 15 grown men who had oxygen. Well, when they came up the first time, they didn't have their oxygen tanks and shit on because it was an emergency call. Whatever the fuck you want to call it, a non-threatening emergency call, no fire, but it was EMS because she was complaining of some type of pain. But in case of a fire, then they would have their oxygen tanks on, their boots and equipment. Then they got to carry 825 pounds, 15 of them now. And during the fire, you don't really want to use the elevator. I was about to say they don't use the elevator, but the firefighters use the elevator to override everybody else. This is the main reason they stopped the elevator during the fire, so emergency community. But I used to always think that it was because of, I don't know, it would be dangerous and wire cables could melt or something.
It says on Thursday she spoke with a manager who's working to get a first-floor apartment ready. And she says the hospital is not discharging her just yet. Still, she worries about what happens when she does go home.
I don't have the right medical equipment. Medicare, Medicaid doesn't, pay for a lot of things. My worst fear was to go home and not getting any help and just die. That was my worst fear.
Bates says she has a social worker who is trying to help, and personal trainers and physical therapists have reached out to her since seeing our story.
I just literally received a phone call.
Man, y'all need to stop. Personal trainers. Now, the physical therapist she gonna need when she got to lose some shit to get to the physical therapy. But y'all personal trainers ain't shit. The woman can't walk. How the fuck she gonna personally train? When she gonna work her arms out? She can't walk. How you personally train a person that lay in the bed all day? They can't move. Nigga, if she could walk, she would have been walked out the house and tried to do some jumper jacks or something in the park. She can't move, bruh. She got fluid built up on her legs.
From a place out in Ohio, a rehabilitation center that starting a bariatric unit, and they want me to come out there.
I know food addiction real, but I'm like, how much food do you have to eat though? Now she talking about I can't keep living like this. I bet she ain't changed her eating habits up since she said it. Well, yes, she has. Since she been at the hospital, ain't feeding you like that. They feed you 3 times, but they giving you 1 tray. She don't get to eat 17 hamburgers in 1 sitting at the hospital. They're not going for it. And they gonna put fruit and shit on their jet. Salad gonna come with it.
Wants the help. She's gained 300 pounds since 2018 when her boyfriend was murdered in front of her. She stopped leaving the house drunk.
All right, mathematicians. Yeah, jumping jacks, some cherry pickles, anything. So in the past 6 years, she done gained 300 pounds. How many pounds is that a year, class?
She never got therapy.
It put me in a bad place where
I'm waiting, class. Nobody got the answer. 300 pounds, 6 years. So nobody gonna type 50, just nobody. All right, then. 50 pounds a year. Don't seem like much until it's 300 pounds.
Clearly.
Yeah, she was at, damn, now that you put it that way, she was 500 pounds back then. Shit. So what they said, she has struggled with weight all her life. 500 pounds? But at least she was moping. She was walking around, she was moving. See, dude was fucking some of that weight off her, but not enough, because she was still 500 pounds. She was either 5 or 5. Yeah, she was 525. She 825 now, so she was already 525 back then. And how old was she? How old did you say this woman is? She's 33, I'm 53. So in 27, you were 500. This don't make no sense. And she ain't got no kids. See, dog, and the news ain't shit for saying her boyfriend death is what caused her to spiral. That's not true. If she just weighed 300 pounds, that would be all right. She was out. Let me stop.
Trap myself in my own body. When stuff happens to you, get some type of help.
Bates knows she has a long road ahead, but she's ready to get better.
Walk again and go outside and just be able to not be a burden on my family anymore. Because I feel like I'm the bigger burden, you know.
You are a bigger. Hey, man, the news ain't shit. They should have cut that out. I feel like I'm being a bigger bird. Man, you can't say bigger and do that. Right, she gaining 50, ain't losing nothing. Just a solid 50 pounds every year. I remember I told, I've said this to somebody before. I'm like, shit, gaining 10 pounds a year in 3 years, 30 pounds. Shit. We don't look at it like that though, but that's actually how quick it can happen.
In Wayne, Amy Lang, Fox 2 News.
No, it's not even Trump either. She was all whoever, I can't remember, Kiki so eloquently pointed out, 6 years ago before this nigga died, she was already 525 pounds. She was already obese. I want to see the food bill for this shit. Now, that leg wasn't right. Okay, this is the last one I'm gonna do because the other 3 stories I got are lengthy. One's 22, one's 18, 143, and I ain't gonna make it through it. And this one here is 8 minutes long. And it's a man kills entire family, then himself, after thinking he was taking out the mama's wheel.
At approximately.
Man, they better give her some Ozempic. She need like a lifetime supply of Ozempic. She does.
11:58 hours, 9/11 received a phone call for shots fired. Male shot himself on the front.
Did this nigga just call 911? 911?
That address is 76 Wyoming Court in Syosset. That subject has been identified as Joseph DeLucia, D-E-L-U-C-I-A. He's a junior. He was 59 years of age. He was born 4/12/1965 and lived at that address. Officers found him with a self-inflicted gunshot wound to his chest. He was pronounced at the scene. Officers then went into the house to clear the house and make sure if anybody else was injured. Inside, as the commissioner said, in the rear den area, 4 individuals were found with multiple gunshot wounds that were expired. Those victims have now been identified as the siblings and niece of the subject, Joseph. They are Joanne Kearns, Kearns. She's 69 years old. She lived in Tampa, Florida. Frank DeLucia, D-E-L-U-C-I-A, 64 years old. He was from Durham, North Carolina. Tina Hammond, H-A-M-N-O-N-D, 64, from East Patchogue. And her daughter, Victoria Hammond, 30 years old, also from East Patchogue. When officers arrived and found those victims, they immediately called EMS. EMS came, pronounced those individuals at scene.
Gotta point out again, these is all white people, ladies and gentlemen. These is all white people. White people is acting a fool before this election.
All of these siblings were the children of Joseph DeLucia Sr. and Teresa DeLucia. Teresa passed away on August 19th of this year, and her funeral was the 23rd. 3 days later, this incident occurred. As well as many of you have already reported, the perception of Joseph Jr. was that he was being cut out of the will and was going to be displaced without a place to go. He did have past mental issues, psychological issues that were reported to us that we still have not confirmed. Because of that perception, he decided that day to get a loaded Mossberg shotgun, 12 gauge, approached them in the rear area of the house and from the kitchen fired 12 shots, striking all 4 of them multiple times. He then took the weapon, went out onto the front lawn, was shouting indiscriminately about what had happened. A neighbor heard him doing this, called 911, and that was our 911 caller. He then self-inflicted shot to the chest and killed himself. As the commissioner said, if anybody has somebody that they think has issues, they should be calling us. We're not saying this incident could have been averted, but maybe it could have. This is the weapon he used. It's a pump action shotgun. It was recovered at the scene. It has no alterations to make it illegal. This is a legal possessed shotgun. But if he was reported to be mentally unstable, this may be illegal for him to possess. Does that make sense? Okay. When this happened, they arrived to meet the realtor, as you all are aware of. They brought Starbucks. They were assembled in the den area. The brother had stayed behind. There were 13 overall shots, 12 to the victims, 1 to the subject. There's only 1 prior call to this house for a well check of him. That person had called in 2022. He was not displaying any signs of anything that we would take action to take him against his will, that he was dangerous to himself or others at that time. But that is the only call. He has only 1 prior arrest for a DW impaired. That was 1983. And that's all we have on him.
Years ago.
Anybody have any questions?
Commissioner, you said something about if you hear gunshots, don't help legally to make. Can you just explain that?
So unconfirmed, but neighbors have reported that he has made statements in the past that if you hear gunshots, don't bother calling 911, it's going to be too late. That's correct.
On the subject? Yes. So he was an auto mechanic. He worked for a local car dealership. He was kind of a hoarder, spent all his money on his tools and stuff. The house is pretty much hoarded, packed with tools and stuff involved in auto mechanics. He was living there his entire life, never lived on his own. So you can see the mindset where his world was now changing at 59 years old, and he was panicking.
Are there any surviving family members, or did he still all the siblings?
There are surviving members, sons of the sisters and such.
Have they spoken to police?
We have spoken to them. Apparently, they were notified prior to us by members of the news media. We would ask if you please check with us before contacting family members in such a horrific incident. But we have spoken to all family members at this point.
And for all the siblings, I'm sorry, all the siblings were killed in the family. There's no surviving.
The entire family is now gone.
You mentioned the weapon was a 12 gauge pump action shotgun, kind of a low, it doesn't have a high capacity, it's like 3 or 5 shots, right? So you said there were 13 shots.
Correct.
So he had time to reload multiple times.
You notice on the side, it has a holder, the whole extra round on it, extra carry. I don't know whatever he had in his pockets at the time as well. But once he's shot each person at least one time, then he can reload and reshoot. No, he has no handgun permits.
Can you advise some people, if they have to see something, say something, and people haven't done it to call police, but there was that wellness check, somebody called 912 to make that early. And when they made the phone call, when it happened, that made it too late. So what advice for people know when can they?
You call anytime. We'll come every time and investigate. As the commissioner said, there was rumors in the neighborhood of him making statements. Make us aware of that. We keep track on everybody in the community. We know the community. So if I know Joseph and I know Joseph's having issues, I'll start initiating some process of a red flag law and get that shotgun away from him. But this didn't happen in this case. So some people are afraid to call 911. What are we going to do? We can, let us look into it. We're not, we're here to help. So.
You had mentioned some of the statements that were made were kind of like heads up, this is a situation that needs police attention. What exactly were those? Like, I'm gonna kill him if they try to, I'm not leaving, a month later.
Yeah, Commissioner.
So all those statements, as I said, are unconfirmed, right? But we do know what multiple neighbors have said. Don't become a victim. Speak up. This is 2024. We will protect you. We will protect your identity. But if you're not going to come and help us, let us help you. Tell us what you hear. Tell us what you see. And don't become the victim, and we'll protect you.
Just a question, how I you had said there was a perception that he was being cut out of the will. Do we know, was he being cut out of the will?
According to surviving relatives, that's not accurate. He was being taken care of.
He was being taken care of.
But he would have to relocate.
And he didn't want to relocate, that was it. And so the gun was legal, legally registered to home.
Still.
NYPD update there.
You have to have shotguns registered. You can go buy them at Walmart as long as you're legal age. I have to do the background too. I think they do. I can't recall. But that's all we got for tonight. Well, yeah, he had said if you hear gunshots, it's too late. I done already killed everybody. And that's for sure what happened. They heard gunshots. And then the neighbor saw him in the front yard talking about how he had just killed everybody and he took his own life. Because he thought him moving to him meant that he wasn't in the wheel anymore. But that's all that, but it's not all I got for tonight. I got 3 more stories, but like I said, they're kind of lengthy. So in between Woody, and then we'll do these other 3. I just do a show tomorrow because they long enough to where those 3 could take a 3-hour slot. So that's what we'll do tomorrow because, that's what we do. Truth is sleep. She had some warm eggnog when she hit the pedal, so she knocked out. Somebody get her a blanket and took her in. All right, I'll see you guys in the morning. To the next episode. Wait, let me get my clips ready. To the next episode, we out.
don't know that nigga that'll represent like me, who'll say some shit like me, one who'll lay the dick like me. You don't know that nigga who'll do the shit that I do.